Well, should we get started?
I don't know. Maybe we should talk about beer more.
We can. I'm itching to play some D&D.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
All right, so let's start out. I'll try to recap a little bit about what happened last time, so that we're all kind of up to speed. We were introduced to two new characters, Marzen and Mara.
Mara Brightwood.
Mara Brightwood.
M-A-R-A and M-A-R-A-Z-E-N.
Yeah, I gotta rewrite that down too.
These two are members of the Van Richten Society for Paranormal Investigation and have been tasked with the quest of tracking down a missing agent of the society named Esmeralda Davinier. She went missing on the road to Longsaddle, and your contact, Dr. Marcus Ruscheider, at the society tasked you with setting out to see if you could find her and deliver to her an envelope that I think Marzen has in his possession, I believe.
Yep.
As you set out on the road to Longsaddle, you were enveloped by the mists, and you had 3 travelers that came up to your camp as you were camping that night, first night on the road. A couple of fellows by the name of Ichabod, Johann, and Gaston. You welcomed them into your camp. They stayed the night with you. The next morning when you awoke, they were gone, although you did finally find them just as they were being attacked by wolves. The wolves killed Gaston and Johann. Ichabod survived. You were able to help fend off the wolf attack. You killed a couple of the wolves. Let's see, Ichabod told you about the Vistani camp that he knew of, that he could take you to for a safe haven, and you followed him to the camp, where you met a strange elf named Casimir. The rest of the camp seemed deserted. You gained a little bit of information about the whereabouts of the rest of the camp. They had gone to a place called Zarovich Landing. Some sort of a conflict that they were trying to resolve there. You spoke at length with Casimir about various topics, and some of the key points, I think, if I remember correctly, is that you learned of a Vistani shopkeeper named Anya in Vallaki, which is the nearest town. Oh, you had also asked Casimir about if he had seen Esmeralda, which he said he had seen her 2 weeks prior to seeing you. Is there anything else that you had jotted down in your notes, either of you two?
I had a question when I was looking at my notes. I wrote down, and I did with no reference. It said, "Isno fun, Isno Blinsky." What was that?
Yeah, I wrote that down too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a trinket or a toy that, and I can't remember what it was too.
You had found it on one of the bodies. I think it was either Johann or Gaston. I can't remember exactly, but we can look that up.
Johann.
Go back and find out. But yeah, you found it on Johann, and it had a connection to his family. You asked about it, I believe, and either Casimir or Ichabod told you that there's a toy maker in Vallaki, and that's where that comes from. And that's the tag on that's his brand.
Isno fun, Isno Blinsky. That was on the tag.
Yep.
Okay, that's what I didn't write down.
Yep. What else? Is there any other?
Salvish Road, that's places. We know that Esmeralda, the Evnir, she's a monster hunter. She was a student of the famous Rudolf von Richten. All part of this society that maybe, I don't know if you know about or not. And the whole mission was that we're sent here to fend off this evil power. No, it's to find Esmeralda.
Yep, that's your main quest is to find her because she's been missing, and also to deliver that envelope to her.
Yeah.
But now you're starting to learn some information about this new place that you found yourself in.
Yeah.
Casimir did mention the devil that holds sway over the valley. Didn't get into an elaboration of that quite yet or anything, but and he believed, I think, that Esmeralda was here to somehow have an impact on that and maybe try to change the fate of the valley somehow. But he wasn't sure because she didn't share anything really with him too much. He was sort of assuming that that's what she was trying to do. But she was pretty. Again, the society that you two are part of is a bit of a secret society.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then we left off with you essentially going to sleep at the camp.
I remember the camp, but I don't remember where we set up camp at. Was it still? Are we ways out from a place?
You're about 2 hours away from Vallaki.
All right.
Is what Casimir told you, or Ichabod, one of the two.
We're in the tent.
Yeah.
At the camp.
You're at the Vistani camp.
We're still at the Vistani
Yep.
camp.
All right.
Yep. You decided to stay the night.
Yep.
Rather than
I
traveling
remember.
on.
And all the houses were emptied and all that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yep. So the two of you are safe and sleeping, and it's going to be coming up on morning here in a second. But let's start with Stan.
Mm-hmm.
Stan, your backstory is tied to so you're a ranger, right?
Mm-hmm.
And just remind me a little bit about your backstory again. I kind of have an idea, but
Outlander. I grew up out in the woods in the wilderness as a kid. Had to go to work in the mines when I got to be closer to adult. Ended up having a brush with undead shit that we uncovered in the mines. They came out and killed all of my friends and got me out of working.
And are you a human or half-elf?
Human.
Human, okay. So you've been on the trail of a friend of yours who's gone missing.
Yep.
Named Thalamir.
Yep. And I had run into him as I went on a mission of, all right, I want to become a better fighter, a better warrior, living out in the woods, brushing up against different people that I would find and train with and hang out with. And Thalamir was one of those people that I came across, did some training with, went out hunting undead with, and then he disappeared and I lost track of him. So I've been watching for him.
Okay.
Traveling through, looking for... Let's see, what am I looking for? Looking for adventure, looking to do right what we uncovered in the mines, so looking to pick on undead creatures.
Okay. So as you've been out sort of trying to find adventure and track down your friend Thalamir, his trail led you to this dark forest.
Mm-hmm.
As you enter this dark forest, you find yourself surrounded by and almost suffocated by a dark supernatural mist.
Mm-hmm.
And you, even though you're a ranger and typically you can find your way no problem in the woods. I think your favorite or your don't you have a natural explorer or something like that?
Yeah. And
with forest as your main.
Forest is the main, and undead is the main target in the forest.
Okay. So usually you would be accustomed to being able to find your way really easily in the forest, but
Mm-hmm.
in this circumstance, you find yourself very disoriented. And as the sun begins to just barely peek through this dense mist,
Mm-hmm.
you see the smoke of a fire coming off of a tent. And you hear just a little bit of camp noise ahead of you as you kind of break through into this clearing. And it's a small settlement.
And I would come in off to the side. I likely wouldn't come in on the main road and observe for a minute, make sure that I'm going into somewhere friendly and not super hostile.
You see one man come out of the tent and dump a bucket and go over and do something at one of there's a ring of wagons, and he goes up to one of the wagons and looks like he's drawing off water, and then he goes back into the tent.
Mm-hmm.
But he's the only person that you see. Meanwhile, the two of you are just waking up as Ichabod is fixing you a breakfast.
All right.
My friends, I've got food on the fire. I know you have some travels today.
Oh, thank you so very much.
Yes, this is very, very nice.
And I've been getting better and better at approaching strange groups of people and saying, "Hey, what's up? Can I sit down and hang out with you for a while?" So I think I'd probably do that.
So you're gonna walk up to the camp?
Yep, walk up to the camp.
Okay.
Peaceably and just say good morning. Nice to see fellow travelers out in the wilderness.
And you hear this as you're getting your things ready. You hear Stan.
I might follow the guy dumping the chamber pot out in the woods.
Oh, another stranger. How strange to see so many unfamiliar faces at one time. Please come in and warm yourself. We have food cooking.
I smelled the food. Good morning. I come in peace. Just want to come over and say hi.
Come in. So Ichabod comes back into the tent and he's got this other person with him.
Assume it's Tommy's guy.
No undead around here, right? I've been picking on him lately. I really hate undead. You guys are all living.
None that we've seen. Did you just get back from Lake Zarovich?
I don't know. I'm all turned around. Most of the time I'm super comfortable in the woods, but this mist has been giving me fits, and I don't even really know where the hell I am.
Oh, so you're not with Kashmir?
No, I'm here all by myself. I'm looking for a friend of mine that has gone missing. I've been kind of on the trail until this damn mist came over. And I don't know. It's all weird now.
It appears as though you have something in common with these people. They also have a very hard time keeping track of their friends.
This is strange land.
Where are you from?
From the woods, from the wilderness. I'm making my way through trying to pick on undead shit.
Have you ever heard of a place called Waterdeep?
Likely, yes, probably. Yeah.
Like, seems like we've came from the same world, or realm.
Yeah, I got myself into these walls, and it's been tough to keep my bearings ever since.
It is a strange place. You are now in Barovia.
Well, nice to be in Barovia.
At least you know where you are. Yes.
It's right. Me and my companion and I, we both stumbled onto this place too as well.
Great day to you, sir.
Yes, my name is Stanley Maki. You can call me Stan if you'd like.
Brightwood.
And I am Marzen.
My name's Ichabod. Here's some food, and he puts down a bowl of soup for each of you.
Oh, Ichabod, you're godsend. Thank you. This looks delicious.
My pleasure. So you've all found yourselves in Barovia under strange circumstances. All looking for people you've lost. It's very strange. It seems a coincidence.
I'm looking through my pack a little bit. I want to give Ichabod something that I had scrounged in my travels, some kind of herb or spice, or can you help me think of something that I might have in my pack that I'd gathered along the way? Blueberries.
These are strange fruits. Thank you.
Yes, blueberries, I picked them. They aren't quite as sweet as the berries I find in my homeland, but they're edible, and thanks for the food.
My pleasure, my pleasure. Let me give you all one piece of advice. If you have trouble finding your path while you're here, you may consider seeking out the knowledge and the advice of Madame Eva. She is a powerful seer and a great source of guidance in this strange land.
Where might we find Madame Eva?
Unfortunately, it is quite some distance. She is typically found at the Vistani encampment near Tisser Falls, on the far eastern end of the valley.
Vistani encampment near where? Cedar Falls?
Tisser Falls.
Tisser Falls. To the east?
Yes. A couple of days' journey. Very dangerous, but she is a seer of great power.
I've been trying to track and figure out kind of where we are and descriptions of other places in this land, and I kind of wrote out a little kind of a map. Would this be accurate, Ichabod?
You made a map?
Well, not exactly a map, just, I don't know, locations in relation to each other.
Yes, this seems to be very close. He says, let me make one note here. There is a place that you should steer clear of. Castle Ravenloft. This is where Count Strahd lives. Not a place you'd want to visit unless you are invited.
Ah, so Madame Eva is very near Ravenloft. Okay, thank you, Ichabod. That helps us. We're just not as familiar with this area as you are, of course.
Can I take a look at that, Mara?
As you're looking over
Certainly.
the map, Casimir walks into the tent. You have not met him, but he's an elf, and he walks in and says, "Ah, welcome. I see you're having breakfast. This is great."
Hang on just a minute. I stand up and hi, I'm Stanley. I'm new here, and nice to meet you.
There are many strangers in the woods these days.
Yes, I found myself lured by the smell of cooked food and warm hospitality, and thanks for letting me share.
He sits down and starts eating as well.
Any word of your friends that you have gone missing or went on their other adventure?
Ichabod says, "No, it's unclear when they will be back, but we will have camp ready for them when they do."
Okay. You seem concerned.
Yes, when they left for Zarovich Landing, they were in a very dangerous state of mind, reckless. I fear that they were going to war.
About the missing girl.
Yes, the kidnapped girl.
No, I couldn't remember. It was late last night when we came through. Did you say that you knew possibly where Esmeralda might have went off to? You seen her about 2 weeks ago.
Casimir is the one who saw her. Well, she did not share with me much about her quest, but I would suggest looking in Vallaki to begin with. You may be able to find some clues as to her whereabouts, but it is unclear.
Well, it
All right.
seems like we have a good place to start looking.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea, and maybe we'll, meet up with his friends on the road on the way. Maybe they'll
Any chance
be
you
on their
guys
way
are going?
back.
Any chance you guys are going east?
To Vallaki?
Kind of northeast, yeah.
I'm kind of interested to run into Madame Eva. I've got a half a mind to head easterly myself.
We could always use the company. From what we've seen in the last day,
Yeah.
those roads are pretty treacherous. So.
Yeah, we sure could use an extra. How are you with your weapons?
I've been getting better all the time.
Okay.
And you had a lot of berries, so. Well, thank you very much for your generosity, and if we ever meet again, we shall always remember the kindness that you showed to us in this time, and sorry for the loss of two of your members that you have.
Thank you very much.
May Lathander look upon you.
Is Casimir the elf?
Mm-hmm.
Casimir, I'm looking for a friend of mine, Thalamir. He's elf, similar to you. You haven't crossed paths with the Thalamir, have you?
I have.
Really?
He was here not a week ago.
Any idea which direction he was heading?
North.
Okay.
He was with another group of strangers. It seemed that they had split up. He left earlier than they did. But they all seem to go north, so perhaps they're in Vallaki as well. I guess I don't know.
Okay. Where are we again? We are Barovia?
He was with a strange dwarf and woman. And a shifty-looking human.
Okay. Well, if you...
And I can't remember what... It
She's
would have
human.
been... It would have been Anna. Yeah.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And
Anna.
a druid.
Well, if you see him again, will you please let him know Stanley is in the area looking for him, and we're headed to the northeast.
Absolutely. My pleasure.
Thank you.
Please heed my warnings from last night. Be cautious and be alert. This is a very dangerous valley.
Do you have any tips for the road while we're on it?
Move quickly. Be cautious with strangers.
Is there anything that we should be especially on the lookout for?
Besides wolves?
The agents of Strahd are ever vigilant. They watch, they plot, they hide in the shadows. This includes not only the undead themselves,
Right.
but also their allies in the living world.
I've been having difficulty traveling in this area. Any idea what the hell's going on around here? It's very strange.
Yes. You have found yourself in a very cursed land. A land that absorbs souls as playthings for demonic entities just beyond the visible realm. Strahd is an agent of these entities, and he is the master of the land in this valley. It is very difficult to leave the valley unless you're Vistani.
The Vistani's able to leave this place?
Yes.
How do they do that?
I have not been able to figure that out, and I don't even know if they understand it. But those of Vistani blood can seemingly come and go through the mists. All others are doomed to wander in the mists and essentially find themselves where they started from.
Is Strahd undead?
Oh yes.
It sounds like we should go after Strahd.
A valiant idea, but foolish. At least now.
Okay.
Know that Strahd is the most powerful vampire to have ever lived.
Vampire, huh? Like, suck your blood vampire?
Like feed on your soul vampire.
I've heard about vampires. They're some of the baddest of the undead, as bad can be. You got any, I've heard vague legends. I didn't really realize they really existed.
Strahd is very real, my friend. He wasn't always a vampire, of course. He was mortal at one point, and he was a warrior, a general, who conquered this valley. The enemies of the von Zarovich line annihilated, eradicated. Eventually they eradicated most of my brethren, the Dusk Elves.
Did you find anything that worked against them? Anything that... any good ways to hurt him? There's gotta be ways to hurt... there's various ways to hurt undead. Did you find anything that worked for Strahd and his agents?
I have not. Vampires are difficult to defeat. The sunlight, the power of Lathander might help you. He looks over at you, Mara.
Did you hear about that? Did you hear what he said?
But it does seem as though the sun god has abandoned this valley in a sense.
Weird.
There is a place far to the south, a very dangerous place. I hesitate to even mention this to you at this point in your journey. It is known as the Amber Temple. I believe that the key to defeating the devil, Strahd, lies within the Amber Temple.
And
But-
that's south of where we are?
Yes, so.
Where is it in relation to the winery that we've heard tell?
To the south.
South of the winery yet?
Yes, far south. It's on the very southern end of what I know to be the valley. Very dangerous. I have been there. I have never entered it.
The Amber Temple or the winery?
The Amber Temple.
Okay.
The winery, I don't know what's going on with the winery. They haven't been delivering wine for quite some time. It's frustrating.
Kind of whisper to you and say, if Esmeralda was really trying to take on Strahd, or if that's what she's doing, and if the Amber Temple really holds the key to defeating him, that might be a good, good place to search to see if we can find her too. If she's trying to destroy this presence.
I was thinking the same thing. I was thinking about, it's pretty dangerous, he said, but if we go, if there are keys there, maybe that, or the key of this, it might be good to have that in hand as we head north.
Well, I'm looking for news, details, and Thalamir. I heard Thalamir went northeast. Madame Eva's to the east.
Well, Vallaki's not far. It wouldn't hurt to at least go there, see what kind of provisions we can get,
That's
see
why-
what kind of intel we can get.
If we have nothing else, then make our way to the temple.
Mm-hmm.
I think
That's
that
what I'd
sounds
like
like a
to
good
do.
idea.
Casimir says, please do not take offense at this, but you are not ready to go to the Amber Temple. When you are ready, find me, and I will accompany you to the Amber Temple. I will show you the way.
Who says that? Casimir?
Yeah.
And
Where can we find you?
Yeah. And how will we know when we're ready?
You will know.
Alright. Feeling pretty ready right now. No, I'm just kidding.
Did you bring an extra character?
Yeah.
Backup character? When you are ready, I will accompany you.
That's a generous offer if it's that dangerous.
All
I
right.
have
Casimir.
let's just say I have an axe to grind with Strahd.
I kind
I
of look at
have.
his ears a little bit. Did he tell us the story? I think
Yeah, he
Well,
did
I-
last night. Yeah, or
he
yeah.
said that his ears were
Mm-hmm.
and all of his people, right?
Mm-hmm. He did say that.
You weren't here for that.
I don't know if he told you the full story about his ears, though, did he?
He said about.
He said Strahd did it.
Yeah.
Does he have elf
He
ears?
said that he killed all the.
Elf ears that were damaged?
Try not to blend it, but
Taken
I'm pretty
off.
sure he told us a story about all the women were killed, and that then the elves were pretty much just not
Yeah, so
known.
basically what the Casimir situation is that his sister Petrina became sort of the
Oh,
I don't
yeah,
think
that's
he,
right.
Yeah, but I
He-
don't think he told us that
no,
last
but we'll just
No.
say that he told you.
Alright.
So the Strahd took a liking to Petrina, right? And so the other Dusk Elves basically thought that Petrina had become sort of a, I don't know,
Like one of his agents type of thing.
yeah, and that she had.
But she's the only female as far as we know.
Well,
Only
so what
female
happened
elf
was,
that's sold.
they basically thought that she had become like a concubine for Strahd, And they had actually, the Dusk Elves had fought against Strahd early in the war, before Strahd became an undead vampire. And Casimir and his fellow Dusk Elves stoned Petrina to death, his sister. It's really a tragic story, actually, because of the fact that they thought she was being corrupted by Strahd, and that was the only way to save her. And as punishment for depriving Strahd of his bride, he butchered all of the women of the Dusk Elf tribe. Strahd did. He killed every single female Dusk Elf, and then he had his chamberlain Rahadin cut off Casimir's ears and let him live as a sort of like a example. So he's an elf, but his ears are cut off, so he doesn't have the pointy ears. There's no women or children, Dusk Elves. There's very few men that remain, and there's no women, so they can't reproduce. They're a dead line of elf.
Casimir.
I have a question. So if Strahd is a vampire and he has the ability to cast undead upon people by feeding on their souls, or other vampires are able to by sucking blood or whatever they're feeding on, how did Strahd become undead?
I believe that the answer to that lies in the Amber Temple.
Let's get going.
All right.
Well, thank you very much for all this information. We don't want to be here longer than we need to. I feel like our best bet is to go to
Vallaki.
Vallaki. Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I bid you safe travels, and hopefully next time you come here, we'll be able to give you a true... This is Ichabod talking now. We'll be able to give you a true Vistani welcome with the rest of the group here.
Excellent.
We would say we appreciate your generosity just the same.
Yeah. I do ask Ichabod for something. Say you're quite a musical group, because this whole group, they're all just gypsies, right? Is this? Or is that the
I mean, yeah, you could use that as an analogy
Right.
to understand what they're like, but yeah.
We'll let them know that I really like I can't pronounce it, Liar.
Yeah?
And I lost mine a while back, and I was seeing if maybe if you guys had an extra one or something that's here.
Not that I'm aware of.
What do I have?
Sorry.
I have something.
You might be able to find something like that in Vallaki.
Alright.
There are all kinds of shops there that you could look into.
Right. Well, we'll get on our way. Again, I'm sorry for the loss of your two friends, and hopefully there's brighter days ahead.
Thank you. I bid you safe travels. And Ichabod continues going about. He's cleaning up after breakfast and everything. And Casimir says,
Thanks.
Mm-hmm.
let me know when you're ready. I can tell you more about the Amber Temple. But for now, seek out your friends in Vallaki.
Pull out an 8-ball and shake it up. Try again later. Ask another question.
May the light be
Head,
with you.
head straight to Ravenloft.
Yeah.
All right,
Fight the devil.
let's go.
Yep.
All right. So, and you're taking Stan with you?
Yeah, come
You're
on,
gonna,
Stan.
You're gonna party up for the time being?
Sure.
Okay. All right, so you pack up your gear and your things, and you head down the road towards Vallaki. It's a pretty easy walk. The terrain is pretty flat, and it takes about 2 hours. Eventually, you start to see in the distance a large, very long wall. And as you get closer, it obviously gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And you walk up to what appears to be some sort of a defensive outpost. And there are people all around. People with small carts, possessions piled up on backpacks, and they're all at this gate. And there's a lot of commotion there. There's children crying, and there's people yelling, and arguments happening, and there's a couple of mules that are dragging or pulling carts behind them, and it smells of feces, and it's just kind of a chaotic scene as you walk up to the gates of what you believe to be Vallaki.
Hello, the gate.
Is it just wide open right now, or is it like?
No, as you get closer, you can tell that there's sort of like a line forming. Like there's a couple of different people in different lines, and there's something going on up ahead of you that you can't quite see. But it seems like there's a little bit of a log jam here at the gate.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. So I try to weasel my way closer up to the line.
Sure. Yeah. You're able to get up there, and there's people there, and are you trying to sneak, like, cut in front of people, or
kind of wiggle and just trying to see what the issue is? If it's like just a line that they're waiting for people to go in, or if there's some type of mishap that's preventing from people from entering.
I'll wait back here and kind of keep our place, and why don't you go up? So
I'll see what's going on.
Okay, yeah. So I'll just camp out here so we can keep our place here.
Okay, so as you head up there, what are you gonna do?
I'm sticking with.
Okay, so the two of you are hanging back. For the two of you hanging back, you can just see that there's all these people, and they look very weary. They look gaunt. They don't look very healthy. They seem to be very agitated, and they're trying to get in through this gate. As you go forward, you see that there's a set of really robust iron gates that are built into this wall, and the wall is constructed of timbers that are 15 feet tall, that are all bound together, and on the top of the timbers they're sharpened to a point. They're like giant wooden stakes, essentially.
Right.
Again, it smells of BO and manure, and it's just chaotic, and there's babies crying and people shouting. There's also, flanking the roadway, there are these pikes with wolves' heads on them. Just bloody, some of them in very decayed, others relatively fresh. So there's the gates, and there's a line of people that are queued in.
All right.
And as you come up, some people kind of like notice you, and they just kind of turn their head, and they keep their eyes down, and they're just sort of in line.
So they're preventing people from coming in right now?
As you
like
kind of poke around, you can see that it's almost like there's people being questioned. There's some sort of processing of people happening at the gate.
Go through.
And some people are being let through, and other people, it appears that some people are not being let in.
All right.
I'm going to be apt to talk to the person standing next to me and, hey, what's all the hubbub going on around here?
So there's an old man that's kind of standing there with a cane, and he's like, "Where are you from?"
Not from here.
No, I can tell.
Been having a hell of a time in all the mist and everything, and found myself at the gates here, and what's going on? What are all these people bound up out here for?
Why are you asking so many questions?
I'm just trying to get in.
So is everybody else.
Yeah. What's the holdup up there?
I don't know. Vallaki politics, of course.
Yeah. Is it worth going in?
Seems to be.
Kind of stinks out here, though.
Smells like shit.
I know. Probably doesn't smell any better in there, huh?
No, but it's safe. That's
Safe?
why all these people, Sonny, are trying to get in.
Safe from what? This shit hanging up on the posts up here? Wolves?
Where'd you say you were from again?
I don't know. I'm from the woods. Been wandering around a lot.
Hippie. All these people here.
Give me a break, old man.
We walked all the way from Kresk. You ain't heard of that? You ain't heard of what happened in Kresk?
What happened in Kresk?
It was overrun 3 days ago. Werewolves.
So everybody's all scared of wolves, huh?
Werewolves.
Right, werewolves.
Anyhow, decimated the sheep population.
Okay.
No food. A lot of dead. So we left. Now we're here trying to get into Vallaki.
Kind sir, did everyone leave this city of Kresk?
Not much of a city, but yeah, there might be a few stragglers, but it's no place to live now. It's cursed.
What do you think? Are all these people going to get in tonight? Are we going to be camped out here? What do you think? What's going on?
There's no telling.
Yeah.
I wonder what's happening up front.
So
Okay,
the line
closer.
is
Yeah,
slowly
really worth-
moving forward,
Alright.
and there's you can see that there's a couple of people that are dressed in some, like kind of brightly colored clothing. They look a little bit different than the other drab, sort of gray clad villagers that are trying to get in, and they get sort of ushered away by a couple of guards,
Alright.
like forcefully ushered away.
To leave or to
No,
come in?
into the gates and taken inside, and they disappear.
I'm gonna walk up to those guards
Yeah.
and the ones that ushered those people.
Well, those guards are gone, so they
Alright.
left with a handful
I guess a
of
group
people.
of guards that didn't. The same area where they were ushered away, I'm sure there's guards that were still right there.
Oh yeah, there's guards at the gate.
Alright, so I'll walk up to him and say, hello, what seems to be the holdup? We've been trying to get in here for a while now.
Tell me about it. We've been here all morning processing these people. They just showed up out of nowhere.
Yeah, it's a pretty battered looking crowd here.
Yeah, and I see that he found somebody to talk to, so I'm gonna kind of leave the old man and make my way over toward
I'm
Yeah,
gonna go too.
talking with the guard.
Yeah, all these people from Crest just showed up, and there's a whole thing happening here. And anyways, I'm just doing my job. You should be in line too.
Hey, you
Oh,
got-
but we're not refugees though. We're actually sitting here. I was told that this is a place where I could drop these off and I'll pull out a wolf's head.
Ah, okay. Hunters.
yeah.
Yeah.
And,
Hey, greetings. I'm pretty handy with a bow. I like shooting wolves. Let us in.
And we were told that we were supposed to go to the church, and I've got my regalia on, so I've got my.
And then I'll look at them like, as you can see, we're not these with the refugee party here.
We have
Is there-
we have business to attend to here,
And we
sir.
could help you out with shooting wolves.
Someone roll a persuasion check with advantage.
I will do that. I got some decent persuasion. 17 and 15 plus 8. I'm pretty sure.
Wow. Nice.
Persuasion?
Yeah.
Yep. 17 plus 8. 26
25.
or 25.
There's
Okay.
music
he's like-
playing in the air.
Yeah.
and-
Toss a coin to.
He's like, he says, okay, well, hold on. Let me. He gets out a pad of paper and his quill, and he's like, all right, hold on. I gotta ask you a few questions. Your names, please.
I am Marzen.
Mara.
I'm Stan. Happy to meet you.
Okay, what are your occupations?
I am an acolyte, sir, for Lathander, the Morning Lord.
Oh, priest. Okay, how about you?
I am a warrior.
That's not very specific, but we'll take it. Warrior. How do you spell that? All right, and you?
2 Z's.
Ranger.
Ah, okay. Great. What's your business?
Killing undead.
And wolves.
Wolf killer. Undead killer, huh?
Yeah.
Could use
I
a
don't like
few
him at all.
of you around here. And you're a priest, right?
True.
Priest. All right. Well, the only other question I have is, gotta jot down here your affiliation with the devil Strahd von Zarevich.
We were just made aware of him yesterday. I was, anyway. I can't speak for my companions, and So I have no
General thoughts and feelings. Something I gotta write something down here, lady.
Second cousin, twice removed. We're not very close.
You're a relative?
I look at him like, come on, man. Who would be friends with the devil?
Good point. Let's see. I'm just gonna jot down here non-friendly acquaintance.
Neutral.
Neu-
I don't know.
Neutral.
I know nothing
Yeah.
about this man. We are new to. I'm new to this land, and I'm
Where did you say you were from again?
Waterdeep.
Water. Is that for all of you? Waterdeep.
Yep.
Okay.
What the hell? And you, Ranger, what's your thoughts on the devil?
I'm neutral. We're gonna learn more
Neutral
about
on the devil.
it. Yep.
That's not going to bode well for you guys. Look, I'm going to be totally honest with you. You're going to have to swing a little bit towards the negative view if you really want to, make your way into this town. Neutral's not going to cut it.
Look, sir, I'm about honesty, and I can't keep this to myself
Priest.
anymore. And I'm so sorry. I just
You
We're-
do know who Strahd is, right?
we know who Strahd is, and we are not neutral. This man.
Hold
is,
on.
is-
Anybody got whiteout eraser? Okay, so I'm just gonna scratch it out. You'd like to reaffirm your hatred for the
Yes.
devil Strahd?
Yes,
Thank you.
yes, I would.
Twice removed. And once more over.
How about you, Stanley?
Yeah, I don't like the undead.
Right. That's what I thought you said.
Man, that's what I thought I said.
All right. Look, there's a couple of rules here. You look like good people. I don't know where you came from. You don't seem to know a whole lot about what's going on around here. But look, there's a couple of rules. Once you get inside the gates, no mention of the name Strahd whatsoever, okay? Could get you in real trouble in this place. Strictly illegal, even in written form. Even know now that even as I say his name, it's the last time you're ever going to hear the name at the gates or inside the gates. Got that?
What
Got
name
it.
was it again?
Exactly. If you need to refer to the aforementioned individual, you will refer to him simply as the devil. Be so warned. Secondly, as our great burgomaster coordinates a town celebration / festival each week in honor of our general merriment and continued support of the rule of law under the eminent burgomaster and all around great guy Baron Vargas Vallaki. Hey, and as guests of Vallaki, you're going to be required to attend the upcoming festival, which actually, as luck would have it, is taking place today.
Excellent. We can't wait.
Yep. Just let us in, please.
Hold on now, mister. We got a couple more rules for you. Due to recent developments, the burgomaster has issued a strict curfew. Under no circumstances are you to be found outside past sunset.
Oh, man.
Even within city limits?
Correct. Strict curfew.
What happens if there's, like, wolves howling and I want to shoot some arrows?
I don't know. You're gonna have to figure that one out for yourself. Failure to comply with any of the Vallakian laws will mark you as criminals in our city, and you will be punished in accordance to our justice system. If you have any questions, now is the time to ask.
There's probably a spot inside that I can buy some arrows.
Is there a hotel?
There's an inn, the Blue Water Inn. I don't know what kind of room they're gonna have with all these refugees. I don't know where the hell any of these people are staying.
Mm-hmm.
But you could go there.
We're pretty good at camping. There any place that we can just like camp inside, but not have to stay at the inn?
Well, you said you have a connection with the church. You might
Okay.
seek out the
Might try
church.
that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
There aren't that many options, and to be quite honest with you, our town seems to be overrun by these refugees from Kresk. Apparently their town was completely overrun by werewolves or some shit.
Yeah, that's what the elderly man in the back said.
You checking them for bites then?
You're damn right we are.
Yeah.
That's why it's taken so long to process these people. We can't let anybody with a bite in, and under no circumstances are we letting any Vistani in. You're not Vistani, are ya?
No.
You don't look like it.
How you been killing werewolves? Anything work better than others?
Silver,
Silver?
if you can find it. There ain't much of it around these parts.
Where's the best place to turn these heads in at?
Oh, right inside there's another guard post. You can drop them off there. We'll
Right.
put them up on pikes.
All right.
Somewhere in there to buy some arrows?
Yeah, there's you could go to Seligal's hovel. He's a Fletcher in town. He'll probably be able to help you out. He does some good woodworking. Makes a bunch of different bows and crossbows and arrows and all that kind of thing.
Okay.
What's the city rules on entertainment, or is storytelling and music welcome for trade for a coin?
Yeah, you might want to check out this festival today, Garlicon.
Garlicon.
It's gonna be quite a celebration.
Is there
Well,
a-
you're gonna need to be
Lollapalooza,
there.
like
Let's put it
garlic.
that way. It's pretty much required. There'll be some music there.
if by second trade an entertainer by a little chance?
Ask Danica over at the Blue Water Inn.
Danica, looking for work, pretty much.
I don't know if she's gonna have any. I don't know. I mean, you're just gonna have to talk to her. I can't
right.
answer every question you got.
Well,
I got all these people to process.
that's fine. We won't take any more of your time. We'll head on in.
Yep. You kind of push your way, and I follow you, and push your way in, and let's get in through the gates.
As you walk away, he's like, "You there? Come on, step forward." And there's a couple people, and they're, they've got one woman's holding a baby and that's crying, and it's just not a good scene at all.
No.
Before we walk off, I'll kind of go back to the guards and tell them one more thing. Like, you guys have any silver on you as you're checking these people?
No.
I think I might have a way to speed up your searches rather than looking for bite wounds. And I'll pull out my silver dagger and say, what about just giving each one person a little poke, and if they sting in agonizing pain, it's going to let you know a lot quicker than searching the entire body for it.
I'm making an intelligence check for this guy right now. That sounds like a hell of an idea.
I tell you what, I'll lend you my silver dagger. We'll do a written agreement and make sure I get it back to you. And just say that, I'm trying to help you guys out and be good with this town.
What'd you say your name was again?
Marzen.
Marzen, here you go. He writes up a little slip and gives it to you and says, "Here you go. Just bring this back to the guard shack at some point, and we'll have your dagger. This is great."
Yep. Yeah, I feel you guys, and there's a lot of refugees out here.
This should speed things up greatly. Wow, this is great. Hey, Alec, check it out. I got a silver dagger. Cool, man.
See, like
Nice.
stabbing everybody.
Yeah.
Baby too.
Yeah. Are you? Do you leave then? After you say that, or do you have anything else to say to this guy?
Nope. Well, I have a letter from.
His name is Franz.
Franz.
Yep.
I noticed what's going on, and what the hell? Did you just give him a silver dagger, dude? You got a silver dagger?
As you guys
What the
walk
hell?
away, you hear this woman cry out in pain as he stabs her.
I just have a smile. So I look at you. I'm like, probably just a quick little X or a little tiny cut would work too, but whatevs.
Come, Marzen. I swear.
Then I'm gonna head over to Blue Water Inn.
All right.
Yeah, so we're in, huh?
And
All right.
this might be a good time for me to mention that I am keeping very tight hold of my silver dagger,
Okay.
and it's inside my garment, like
Alright.
where most,
Huh.
where they probably wouldn't be checking unless they were doing like a strip search,
Yep.
like right in the corset area.
Got it.
Down in
Okay.
there.
Before we head there, you said there's a couple guards posted to turn in the wolf's head.
Yep.
Too.
Yep.
That's where I'm gonna we'll drop those off real quick.
Okay, so you walk up to this little guard shack inside the main gate as
Yep.
you pass through, and other people that you basically like cut in front of this whole line of people, and they're just kind of like, what the fuck?
Now everyone's stabbed.
Yeah, I mean now they're getting stabbed. And there is a little bit of commotion going on behind you. That's what I rolled for. But you walk up to the guard shack, and you pull out these wolf heads. I don't know, how many do you have again?
3.
You have 3 of them. It's wolf hunter.
Yes. I mean, who doesn't like killing a good wolf for 2?
Wonderful, wonderful. Bring them in here. We've got a bounty on wolves.
Oh, isn't that so?
Yep, and he hands you. How many you got there? 3?
You got 3 and some pelts, and also if you got about 30 pounds of meat here too.
Don't really want the pelts. The meat you should maybe think about taking over to the inn.
All right.
All right.
We'll take the heads though. 10 copper apiece.
10 copper apiece.
Yep.
Boy, that was a lot of work for 10
That's
copper.
a lot of work for 10 copper.
I'm not gonna argue with this guy. Look at he's just doing his
Come
job.
on. Give us
So I
the
got-
local
Take it or leave it.
price.
We got a budget.
Yep. I'll just hand it to you. I'm like, good day to you guys. Do you know of any work or anything that's going on around here?
Yeah, we need more guards. We need more food. We need hunters.
Got it. Who's a good person to talk to for, who are interested in becoming a guard or hunting work?
Well, you gotta apply to be a guard.
Apply to be a guard?
Yeah.
What's the pay?
It ain't good.
Sounds terrible.
Trust me, it's not great.
So I'll tell you what. This time we'll give you the 3 head for the copper. Next time, do you think you could throw in a few mule tickets and some extra jazz to like maybe the Blue Water Inn?
Looks like you've got more food than most people in town right now. That wolf meat.
Good to know.
Things are tough right now, man. Look what's happening outside.
Yep.
Our population is growing and we don't have any more food to show for it.
Are you gonna let everybody in eventually, or is there a certain number?
Looks like they just stabbed a few people out there, so they're not letting them in.
Yep. Yeah, I kind of told Franz that the quicker way. I didn't want you guys to be standing out here the whole time, and one person eventually turning. So I gave them my silver dagger to, kind of poke people, and they'll find out if they're wolves quicker or not.
Yeah, there's a big difference between poking and stabbing. You might want to give him a friendly nudge with that.
Franz is a little gratuitous.
Little piece of information. We don't want to get on his bad side, but maybe you want to whisper that in his ear. We don't want anybody to get unduly hurt.
Well, it might be too late for that, but I'll go talk to him.
All right.
All right, so he hands you the copper.
30 copper?
Yep. And you are now inside the gates of Vallaki, and it's there's people it's pretty busy. There's people moving about. There's a lot of these refugees who have happened to get through the gate, through the checkpoint, and they're just sort of sitting down around the area. There's a little bit of a courtyard. There are people bustling about, and pretty much everybody is keeping their heads down. Nobody's really looking at you. You're just sort of... You're a little bit, I guess, hidden by all the chaos that's happening at the front gate. But you're at the front gate right now, and you're just inside.
All right.
All right.
So,
Let's.
what would you like to do?
Nicely done, gents. Let's
Yep.
go.
Yeah.
Blue Water Inn?
Yep.
One thing, when we're at the end, we got all this meat that's not cured.
Right.
And, maybe as a bargaining chip place to stay, we could offer half the meat and see if
Yep.
they could cure the other half too
Yep.
as payment
I like the
versus
sound of all
wasting our
that.
coin.
That sounds like a good plan. If it's a complete bust, we'll head to the church, and I think at some point I need to go over there to see what's going on.
All right, so you head towards the Blue Water Inn.
Yeah, what time of day is it?
It's morning.
Okay.
So you got up fairly early, or you met up with them fairly early, and are now about, I would say it's probably like 10, mid-morning.
You see, can I count?
Yep.
We find the inn, all right?
Yeah, so you're able to ask somebody along the way, and you get directions to the inn. It's not very hard to find. It's a pretty well-known destination in town. And again, as you approach, there are a lot of people in front of the inn. There's gray smoke wafting out of the chimney, disappearing up into the sky above, which is really heavy and thick with mist and fog. And this whole area is really shrouded in a fog. There is, it's a 2-story building with a stone foundation and a sagging tile roof. There's a couple of ravens that are perched on the roof above. And there's a painting, a wooden sign that hangs above the main entrance that depicts a blue waterfall. And you find yourself in front of the Blue Water Inn.
Can we get in, or are there too many people?
Yeah, you're able to kind of make your way in. It's
Okay.
not like people are in line, but it's just very busy.
Right, that's...
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Talk to
Danica.
bartender and look for Danica. Yep.
Yep.
Okay, you make your way up to the bar, and there is a woman that is very busy, and it appears as though she is very tired, and she's trying to get food out from the kitchen behind out to people that are sitting at the bar. You notice that there isn't anybody drinking in this tavern. You would expect there to be a lot of drinking going on. And as you belly up, she's like, "What can I get you?"
We're looking for Danica.
You found her.
Oh, Danica, you look like you're really, really busy here. I'm sorry.
Very busy. What can I get you?
I think it's what we can get you.
3 ales.
You're gonna get me 3 ales? That'd
No,
be fantastic.
No.
Could you get us 3 ales, please?
We don't have ale. What else? What do you need?
Mead?
No mead.
Wine?
We haven't had wine in a couple days.
Any alcoholic?
Nope. We're out.
Bullshit.
Well, we've got something for you.
Yep. We're also looking for work. We heard there's a festival going on, and I myself am.
She kind of rolls her eyes. Yeah, Garlicon.
Yep.
The big festival starts in a couple hours out in the.
Are you guys in
Town Square.
need of any Mizzou entertainment?
Oh, there's gonna be all kinds of entertainment over there if that's what you're looking for. I don't know. Can I get you anything? You gonna buy anything? I got some food. We're out of wine. We haven't had wine in a couple of days.
We are looking for lodging.
Yes.
She picks up a book and she opens it up and she looks at it. She's like, all these refugees in town have got people. We pretty much were at capacity. I mean, the
You told her
only
that you got meat?
place that I could maybe put you guys up would be the. Don't take this the wrong way, but the stable is really the only place. It's kind of our overflow right now. We've got a lot of people looking for a place to stay tonight.
I'll pull out 30 pounds of wolf meat and say, well, this is genuine wolf meat. Do you think there's a way to make any other openings? I mean, you got a lot of refugees and such, but we're
How old is this? She looks at
That
it.
hasn't turned south yet.
1 day old.
She sniffs it.
Yep.
Yeah. Nothing if some spices can't fix. She's like,
Can I do a look to see like how interested she was as soon as I pulled out the meat?
sure, you can do an insight check.
Alright. Sweet. Insight, you said?
Mm-hmm.
19.
She's interested.
All right.
In the meat for sure. What do you want for the meat?
Well, better room than the stables, that's for damn sure.
She's like, yeah, I could move a few people. Let's see here. Can you get more meat? Got a lot of hungry people coming in. I don't know if you noticed the refugee situation, but it's taxing the food stores of the village and ours.
Tell you what,
Maybe if the wolves come back tonight, we can get some more.
well, we could set up a payment plan. Say for every pound of meat is a day's payment.
Look, I'll take... How many pounds you got?
Got 30 pounds here.
We're kind of interested in getting some of it cured for the road. As lovely as town of this is, I don't know if we're going to be here real long.
Give me the meat and you guys can stay in the boys' room. 2 beds. You're going to have to figure out who's going to sleep in them. I'll have the boys sleep with my husband and I. This food's going to be used to feed these people that are flooding in from Kresk. I don't know if you heard about what happened in Kresk.
Yeah, we caught wind, yeah.
It isn't good.
How many days would this allow us for? I mean, this is 30 pounds of meat, and looking at what's here, this is going to be pretty much the top of the line for food. That's going to be, you'll be able to charge a hefty fee with this. And it's fresh, too.
How many nights do you need it for?
2 for sure.
30 pounds, 3
Three.
nights.
30 pounds,
Nice
3
round
night.
night number.
30 pounds, 3? I'm thinking a pound a night.
I don't think I can do 30 nights.
Well, I'll tell you what about,
That's off
we'll start with 2 for now. And
3 hamburgers for a night.
we'll throw, how are you planning on selling it? Are you going to cure it with salt? And
I'm going to put it in the soup and start slinging it to these hungry people.
if you process half of it, I'll tell you what, I'll give you half. And as payment, besides the room for a couple days, you get the rest processed. That way we could use it for rations and on our way to find more meat if we need to. And we'll come up with an agreement pretty much. If we ever have to get lodged again, we'll supply you with more meat.
Okay, deal.
Right?
She's like, here's the key. The room is up that stairway. It's that door up there above. So there's like, basically it's an open tavern area with a walkway above that kind of overlooks with a railing.
Right.
And so there's a door up there.
All right. I got one last request for you, Danica. Do you have any entertainment in your inn at all? With all these customers, it's going to be hard to keep.
You know, there was a bard that was playing music here a week or 2 ago, but he's not around anymore. And there was some crazy dwarven dancer that was doing flips and don't know where it happened to them. But no, why are you?
Sounds like a good time.
I'm one hell of a storyteller, and I
True story there.
do know how to play a couple, set the tone for it, and I could probably help change these that way to settle down all these people that's here.
Yeah, that would be great if you could play some music this evening.
I just asked for a portion of the, any tips that receive,
Of course, standard.
and
I'll play too.
yeah.
All right, that sounds good.
Thank you very much for the generosity and a place to sleep too. We'll make sure that as much as we can do for you.
We are looking for a friend, by the way. Our friend Esmeralda.
Esmeralda.
Yeah, she's Vistani.
She kind of leans in and says, I'd be a little bit more quiet about your friendship with the Vistani around here.
What's the deal with that? Why aren't they letting any Vistani in? Or
Can't talk right now, I'm busy.
Okay.
But just be careful who you ask about this. And she kind of steps back and starts getting food out to people.
All right.
is there any place to get alcohol around here?
No, in fact, my husband is off at the Wizard of Wines trying to figure out why the wine shipments have stopped. He just left this morning. But there's no wine in town at all. And there hasn't been any shipment in over 2 weeks.
Well, that is no fun.
Tell me about it. We're losing money on all these refugees. You know, they're coming in here and eating our food, and I mean, it's just you got to help these people, but it's gonna put us out of business. Can't even sell wine.
Start moonshining.
Yeah.
Is there a farm nearby or anything? Where do you get normally like the produce that's here?
Anybody
They
gardening?
There's some home gardens around here, but there isn't any fertile ground really outside the walls where there's farmland.
Wolf's blood.
Okay. Hey, and I'm gonna just lean over to you and say, you know what? There's a church. There might be wine there.
You're right.
Let's go talk to them.
Odin's blood.
We'll see if Lathander can save your thirsty self. All right, let's head up the stairs.
Yep.
All right, so you're gonna go head up to the room.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me a second here. All right, a large. You walk into the room. You open the door, and there's a large painted toy box resting between two small cozy beds. There's murals of ravens in flight painted on the walls above the wood paneling. It looks like a kid's room. 2 small beds.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You guys can have the beds. I'll take the floor.
Thanks, Stan.
Yep.
I wanna look inside this toy chest.
Sure.
Because
might
just
as
to
well.
kind of get an idea of like what the, you know,
See if it
what
came
kind of
from-
people these are. You know, what kind of toys kids have in this place. So I'm just like, oh, this is cute.
So
Open up the chest.
the baby's head and the spider legs.
Yeah.
You open up the toy box, and there's all kinds of, I guess you'd call them like neglected toys, torn dolls. There's a little miniature puppet theater with little tiny marionettes of a king and a queen and a prince and a princess and what looks like an executioner with a hood on and a little toy axe in its hands. And,
That's not morbid at all.
Yep,
there's a
love it.
vampire, and there's a toy wagon that's hitched to a wooden horse, and it's painted with all kinds of different cool colors, but they're faded and chipped from being played with. There's a pair of wooden clown masks, one that displays a mean scowl and the other one a frightened expression. There is also a wooden top, that you can spin, and it has images of scarecrows chasing children through a forest.
I'm gonna take that out.
And then there is a...
Dang, this is like I'm looking at this executioner going.
As you look,
what the heck?
as you're looking at the executioner, you kind of another marionette catches your eye, and it's actually a dead bat that has string like a marionette, but it's actually a live bat.
A live bat or
It's a dead
bat.
real bat that's dead. Yeah. Yeah. So it's just a bunch
these
of toys.
Poor kids. This is it.
Poor
Are there-
kids is like, this is a hell lot better than what I had. Yeah,
I'm interested in the wagon.
I
I kind of.
well, come on. These are kids' toys. You guys can't be taking the kids' toys.
Yeah,
but it's
what's
the most
wrong
interesting
with
thing in the
you? As
room.
I'm putting the top in my.
Do any of them?
pocket.
Are any of them have? Do any of them have marks of who made them
Yeah,
or where they
the-
came from?
Yeah, a lot of them have a slogan that's etched into them that says "Is no fun, is no Blinsky."
I think maybe we need to
Let's go
go.
check out this Blinsky.
Yeah,
place.
yeah. I think we need to do that. So we got the church, we got the toy maker, and this Anya. But if she's Vistani, we might have to tread lightly there.
Yep.
So where are we heading first?
Is there anything in the toy box that reminds me of arrows at all?
Nope.
No. Okay.
All right.
I look out the window and check for security things.
Is there a roof to jump on or something?
There is no
Wait,
window actually.
No
Right.
window.
No, it's kind of it's kind of in the center of the upstairs. So what are you looking for?
I just offense, defense, wondering where we stand and.
There's one door that enters in, and that's the toy box, the painted mural of the ravens, the 2 small beds.
All right. Well, let's rock and roll, guys.
All right, we could drop some gear here. We could.
I don't know. With all these people, I'm not inclined to leave anything in here.
All right,
Personally,
so
you do what you want, but I'm taking my gear with me.
Spot to stay, and we're gonna keep roaming around with packs on and everything.
I'm sorry. Did she give us the key?
Yeah,
Okay.
you have a key to the room, so you can lock it.
I mean, I think we might be, I don't know, a little less obvious if we didn't have packs. You know, there's so many refugees out there, we can kind of blend in maybe a little bit.
Yeah, you're right. I'm gonna sell these wolf pelts for a fuck ton out here.
Yeah. I kind of want to get in with the security crew tonight. I think I could make some money shooting at wolves.
I have a plan actually when we head back later today.
Yeah.
If you want to accompany over there.
Yeah.
If this place is really that dry, and I'll pull out a water skin that I have. I got
Nice.
I got a pretty good bargaining chip that we could get in with the town's guard here.
Okay. Well, I've got some arrows. I'd kind of like some more, and I'd kind of like to shoot guard arrows at any of the wolves that might come across this evening.
Well, I've got 20 bolts on me, but you know, I'd like to keep them for me. But if we're in a pinch, sir, I will. You know, knowing that you can handle a bow.
Mm-hmm.
What are we? You know, we really haven't talked about this. What are, you know, you're a ranger. What's your expertise?
I'm good at shooting bows.
All right.
And I could totally see throwing in with the security crew this evening. But it would sure be nice to shoot security arrows rather than my own. So that's kind of what I'm leaning toward, is shouldering my way in with security crew and seeing what's coming in.
Well, I want to see what's happening at the church before I commit to anything else.
Yeah,
That's where I need to be.
I figured play homage to your Lord guard.
I roll, shake my head. Let's go.
Don't tell me yet you believe in one God too, do you?
Believe in one God, huh? I don't know.
I don't think you want to get in this conversation with him. We've been having the same conversation for what, 5 years? 6 years?
Yeah, it's been a while.
There's a lot of gods out there.
Huh. Weird.
All right, guys, let's go. Come on.
I think I'm gonna like you.
All right, so you lock up.
I'll like you at least as well as I like him.
Yeah.
Are you leaving stuff in the room or no?
I'm not.
Okay.
I don't know if
I'm
they
gonna
are.
take shit with me too, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not leaving anything.
Yeah.
There's too many.
Okay,
people
so
around.
you lock the door and you head out back down the stairs into the main tavern and then out into the streets. As you get out in the streets, you can see that people are sort of meandering their way. It seems like most people are walking towards in one similar direction.
Well, toy store, church.
Yeah, I'm keeping my eyes open for Sendalus Hovel.
What's the temperature
Fletcher.
here? Is it like really? Is it
It's
cold?
cold.
Is it pretty chill?
Yep. There's
As
a
we're
chill
walking
there.
around, I'm gonna be like, pelts. Get your pelts. We got some here. If you want to stay warm tonight, you know we have something that'll keep you warm. They're wolves, so I guarantee it's gonna be greatly appreciated that you're wearing some skins of these wolves. And kind of trying to upsell as we're just walking around.
You get a lot of glares, like people just like
All right.
Nice job.
as you're doing your hawking, one other person kind of just smiles at you and says, "Yeah, you best make your way to the town square for the festival.
Yeah.
How soon is it gonna start?
Anytime now, I guess."
Well, let's get going.
Okay, so this guy is kind of telling you a little bit about the.
All right, as we're going, I'm still looking for the arrow shop.
Okay.
Is there any guards or anything posted as we're gathering for this thing?
Yeah,
I'm
every
watching for that too.
half block or so, there's another guard posted. Sometimes one on either side of the street,
All right.
and it's a pretty guard heavy right now. You notice that.
Are they mostly just watching, or are they in harassment mode?
They're watching. Some of them are interacting with some of the people, but they don't. It doesn't seem to be like in a harassing sort of vibe at this point.
All right.
Yeah, but there's it's a little tense
Okay.
for sure.
I'll ask another guard I've never met and to see like, hey, so thinking about signing up for the guard myself. What's your thoughts on the Burgermaster?
Oh, the Burgermaster, he's just a great leader. Fantastic leader.
What type of things happen at these events and stuff? Is there
What do you mean, like the festivals?
the festival here, the garlic festivals?
There's going to be a speech and, general revelry sort of deal. You're about to find out.
All right.
Looking forward to it.
So you keep on walking down. You're just in this big, like, kind of sea of people that are all walking towards the town square. And you can, as you're getting closer to the town square, you can kind of see how the street opens up into this big open area. And the air just smells of garlic as you're walking in here. And you can see around you the shops and homes that sort of enclose the town square are decorated with garlands of flowers, but they're sort of dead and dried out, and there's flower boxes with dead flowers in them. There's a large, well-built gallows at the center of the town square, and it's up on a raised platform about 6 feet up off the ground, and there are 3 nooses that are hanging down. Around the gallows are stocks, and in the stocks they're filled with figures, and it's hard to tell who they are, but they have these ceramic donkey heads on them. There's a handful of men that are busying themselves around the gallows. They seem to be preparing stuff and putting up, some decorations and organizing things. There are more guards now as you enter into the opening of the town square. And there are people sort of talking, and there's families that are sort of sitting down like on blankets, and they're just kind of like getting ready for whatever's about to happen.
Is there anything going on right now?
As you're walking in, there's a group of guards that are marching around. They march through one side and out the other side. There are people still filing in. As I mentioned, there's people that are bustling about, getting things ready. And then there are a couple of different like little vendors that you notice around the square. There's some people that seem to be sort of congregating around these vendors.
All right. I'm gonna set up
And
shop.
I'm gonna be like this and kind of nodding with my head to the gallows. Charming, right?
Yeah, let's hope we see some guys hang today.
Oh, jeez, Marzen.
I kind of look for a guard that is watching, but just kind of hanging out, and I want to go over and talk to one of the guards.
Okay. There's a guard right next to, really close to where you are. You can walk up and talk to him.
All right. I kind of stand next to him, and hey, I understand you guys got wolf problems. You looking for any help with the guard later on?
I mean, there's all kinds of wolf hunters that we pay a bounty on wolf heads. Is that what you mean?
I wouldn't mind standing on the wall and shooting at wolves later.
I see what you're getting at.
How do you get involved with? You got any extra openings?
Well, seems like the hunting would be a little bit better if you were out. Most of the wolf hunters don't hang out on the wall. That's what the guards do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But how does it work? I mean, how is it
We
organized?
stand up on the wall and guard.
Yeah. But there's crews that there's
Other people go out and hunt wolves. There's a couple of different crews that go out.
who's the best one? Who's the leader?
There's a guy named Anton that's pretty good.
Where do I find him? Where does he hang out?
Well, hard to say. It used to be the Blue Water Inn, but on account of there not being any booze around town, who knows?
Yeah. They probably don't hang out in town, do they? Or are they?
Not very long. They usually
Yeah.
come in and sell the heads for the bounty and drink up the proceeds. But yeah, like I said, there's no wine. It's not good. People aren't happy about this no wine thing.
All right. Well, inside, who's the security? Who's the head security guy?
Isaac?
Isaac.
Yeah, I'd steer clear of Isaac. Yeah, he's not the nicest guy, I'd say.
Yeah.
But he is the captain of the guard, if that's what you're looking for.
All right. I was just curious how
Are we
stuff's
listening
organized
to
here.
all of this? Are we in the same group, or did you step away from us?
I don't know. He's right there.
Yeah, I'll
Okay.
assume we're talking to
All
him.
right.
too.
Okay.
Does Isaac come to these festivals too, or this garlic
Oh,
festival?
yeah,
too?
he'll be here.
How soon does the event kick off?
It could be any time now. I don't know. I'm just guarding. I just get paid to stand right here.
You guys busy a lot of the time? With security? I mean, you got extra
We
folks
got a
all
lot
over
of
town
people
today.
in town today. It's kind
So
of
it's
chaos.
kind of a shit show, but
You know, all that shit that went down the other day or
Yes.
last week hasn't helped much.
What stuff went down last week?
Where are you guys from?
We
just got here.
Yeah, we just got here.
The Festival of the Blazing Sun. You weren't here for that?
No,
huh?
no, we weren't.
Yeah, well, let's just say there was a bit of an incident.
Yeah. Can you
And,
say more about the incident?
Yeah, let's just say that there's, I guess, some people in town who don't agree with the burgomaster's approach to enforcing the law around here, and they attempted to, I don't know, overthrow the rule of law. It was a very ill-conceived plan by some bitch named Lady Fiona.
He's got a lot going
Didn't go
on.
very far, let's put it that way.
Yeah. What happened?
Well, they were scooped up and hauled off to the Reformation Center, and you're gonna watch them hang here in a couple minutes.
Oh my gosh. That's serious.
That's the main attraction of the day.
Good riddance.
You said it.
Well, the crowd looks like it's getting crowded up a little rowdy, and
Yeah, just
mind if I try to make a little coin right before the event goes off and tell a story or two?
you can do whatever you want as long as you don't get in my way or in the way of any of the guards.
All right. Well, hope you guys don't mind me. I'm gonna try to see if I can get some point out of today and build up a reputation. I'll kind of start walking towards the center of the stage where right before the
Like-
gauntlet is.
I'm gonna nudge Stan and go watch this.
Yeah.
He's really good.
So I'll start blowing a horn as loud as like brrrr, brrrr.
Everybody stops and looks over at you.
All right. Say, welcome, welcome. We have a lot of faces here today, and it's a great day for our Garlic Festival. I hope you're all set. This lovely town of Valkyrie, Vallaki, has taken all you poor people in and bringing you hospitality and safety from the outside walls. This one's for you guys. That's here, new in town, and I hope you guys enjoy and have a happy Garlic Festival. And I'll kind of start doing some entertainment, and I'll pull out my wolf pelt, and I'll start telling a story of how basically slaying some wolves and how there's Vallaki that was with us and they fell, and probably trying basically going for more the guards that don't like the Vallaki, and making a scenery of when they fell, trying to get some cheers out of them or something like that. So it's kind of like a little performance and telling them basically a story, going through. So like a whole story.
So it's like the story of what happened to you guys.
Yep.
And okay. Yeah.
And-
roll a performance check.
And I chip in as Outlander. I've got one type of musical instrument,
All right.
and my musical instrument is my voice. So it's kind of like it's sort of like a auctioneer. We're talking and making
Should do the
noises.
whole.
And
You know, like the Hobbit, the Lone Mountain. How they start going through.
yes,
Dude, you should
but
go.
all of that extra beatboxing noise
Right.
things I'm adding
So
to your
roll with advantage then.
All right. Manage. Oh man. 16 because it's +8.
All right. So yeah, there's a bunch of people that are like, whoa, and they like people start to crowd around you and they're listening to your. Are you singing? Or are you just telling? It's
telling a story.
Yeah.
Storytelling.
but I'm
Yep.
adding to
Like
it
just
as
going
it's
through.
Okay.
going on.
Yep. So people are starting to gather around you, and they like your story. They're into it.
And I've got like a little bag. I'm kind of walking around to collect some.
Yeah, just walking
I'm
around.
just kind of walking around with like collecting coin. Because you know, like
donations. Type
yeah,
of thing.
you know, like you
passing
know,
the hat.
Yeah, passing the hat.
Sure. All right.
That's my role here.
All right. Roll a persuasion check, Mara.
He's the one persuading. I'm just collecting the money, you know, just so you know. Wait, yeah. 19 persuasion. 20.
Nice. Yeah, it only takes you a couple minutes, and you've got 50 copper pieces.
Right.
Yep.
Then I'll kind of end the story of how the wolves were slain and how great the hospitality of Vallaki was for bringing in some wolf slayers in, and how I kind of build up the town and stuff like that, and like telling how great the burgomaster is for allowing us to be here and be a part of this great festival and stuff like that. So trying to pump up like the pre-show for this main event.
Yeah, there's a lot of people that are really into it.
All right.
They're digging it, and some of the guards are like kind of nudging each other, and they're sort of getting into it too, and they're
Right.
like, yeah, this guy knows what he's talking about.
All right.
So yeah, you it's a rousing performance, and people are coming up to you and like patting you on the back, like, great story, that was awesome, you know. And she's got 50 copper
Like,
to prove it.
jingle.
And as you finish up, people start to sort of meander back to whatever they were doing before. There's, like I said, there's a couple of different vendors that are set up, and people are going over. There's one you can kind of make out. There's what you think is a woman sitting behind a table, and she's got like this strange, way overdone, like gypsy costume on, and she's talking to some people. And then there's another vendor that people are kind of lined up in front of, trying to, they're going up to this other vendor with this old guy, white beard, bald head. He's hawking all kinds of stuff.
All right.
He's got like trinkets and
A vendor that's doing really well. Like I'm trying to see like all the vendors that's there, the stuff that have the like the finer items that's there. I'm gonna walk up to them and just tell them like, hey, I got something that might help boost your sales a little bit and try to get a profit off it a little bit.
And he's like, well, Sonny, what you got there? And he's just this old guy, and he's just a spitfire, and people are coming up, and he's got this, so he's got this table in front of him that he just set up, a really rickety table. But then behind him, he's got this racks with all these things hanging on. There's garlic bulbs on it. He's got a couple of wooden stakes that are lined up. There's some medallions. He's got like this little jewel box in front on the table, and he's got a couple of things in there too.
All right. Also,
I'm killing it over here, man.
He's like, the story I just told you, and like throughout the story, I like pretty much get the story title as the Misty Road, and I'm like, I have two pelts that were slain, the two wolf pelts that were the wolves that were slain that I'm willing to offer to you. And he's like, you probably get a great things. And I was like, to prove that it came from the story, I'll like kind of take a dagger out and I cut open my finger and like sign it Marzen as the Misty Road. and like
On the-
kind of
on the-
on the pelts,
okay.
like the inner skin.
Nice.
I'm like,
Sign it with blood.
you know, try to beef up your sales a little bit, and as long as we get a portion of the profits that's here, let's say 75, 25, 75 us, 25 you.
For these pelts here?
It's like, but they're not just wolf pelts. They're the pelts of the Misty Road.
All right. If I can sell them, then yeah, you got a deal.
Got
And
it.
he's like, here, let me put him up. And he strings them up behind him. And he's like, you need anything?
It's like, we'll see what sells after, and we'll keep in touch. What is your name, sir?
Vesemir.
Vasimir.
All right.
Does he have any arrows hanging up?
No, I don't have any arrows. I got these great stakes carved in myself.
And he's got these wooden stakes that are about a foot and a half long. You know, they're sharp, super sharp.
He's got you hungry? I got some garlic soup. Just made it. The wife made it this morning.
Outstanding.
Got some holy water here. I got garlic necklaces. What do you need? I got this beautiful. Oh, Missy, looks like you might like this. And he grabs the Morning Lord medallion. Here you go. What do you think?
Oh.
What do you think?
I think this, and I open my cloak, and I've got the
this
morning
would go
glow thing.
really good with your outfit.
I
This
don't,
is perfect.
I don't think
25 silver. It's
Oh,
yours.
thank you, but no, I've got all the Lord
I got
I
something
need on
really
my chest right
special
now.
for you. Okay. Got one of these now. It's a magic scroll. Okay. Got a magic scroll. You ever heard of this one? Revoke invitation. Very important when coming up across vampires. Very important.
What is it?
Revoke invitation.
Revoke invitation.
You ever heard of this one?
No,
Can I do an Arcana check to see if I know
Sure.
what the spell
Yeah.
is? Arcana is a 13.
You have never heard of this particular spell, but you do know from what you do as part of members of the society that there is a certain amount of lore surrounding, and you're putting this together now with Garlicon and what Casimir told you about Strahd, that there is some lore surrounding how vampires need to request that you invite them into
And this could revert
your
their...
yeah
Alright.
yeah.
This is a great spell. I only got one of them. 10 gold pieces. Very, very powerful. I got some. I got a couple of vials of blood. These are from dead men. This stuff will reverse the effects of vampirism. If you would like that, 15 silver. I only have 2 of those. And then magic users. I don't know. I got this bag of salt. Create yourself a nice circle of protection. Great little bag of salt. 30 copper pieces for that.
What would you say is a fair trade for if you were able to send the pelts from the Misty Road?
Depends what I can get for them. I don't know.
Well, I would definitely.
I know I can
upsell.
get some good money for this stuff, though. Look at this line.
There's a line of like 4 or 5 people.
I'd say
Love all of it.
if you sell them for up the cost by like 10% on the pelts here, because the story that goes with it, and give us a discount on some of these items.
Oh boy, you drive a hard bargain.
We're going traveling.
Let me see if I can sell these pelts. How much are they worth? I don't know. This is like artist, right? You're an artist?
Yep. The
Okay.
story itself is worth at least.
Now you gave it away for free.
Yeah, but that's the story. Now these are the artifacts of the story.
Okay. I like it. Marketing, it's good. I like it.
5 gold each.
Okay, I'll see what I can do.
How many are there? 3?
I kept 1 for myself.
1?
Yeah.
Okay. So there's 2 that you're
The
giving to
best
him.
looking one, yep.
5 gold pieces. Okay.
I'll see what I can do, okay? What's your name?
I am Marzen.
Marzen, good to meet you. All right. My name's Vesemir. You guys need anything, you come to me. I got garlic soup. I got holy water. I got a garlic necklace. Whatever you need, you come to me, okay? All right. Who's next?
And the next person comes up and buys a bowl of garlic soup. Meanwhile, there's other things going on as people are milling about. There is what you believe to be, as you look closer at this woman that's dressed up like a gypsy. She's telling fortunes. It looks like people are sitting down and she's putting cards down and doing some fortune telling. There's a couple of kids that are playing some sort of game where they're blindfolded and they get spun around, and then they have a stake in their hand, and then they're supposed to walk up to this picture of a vampire, and it's like stake the vampire in the heart type of game. Then there's this old lady. She's sitting on a stool next to a big bucket of water, dirty water, and she has a little sign next that says bobbing for potatoes. And then there's a group of kids that have these just terribly painful looking grins on their face, big old smiles on their faces, and they're like lined up, and there's an entourage of what look to be sort of important people that are like evaluating their smiles and like judging, and they have like scorecards, and they're looking at each of these children's smiles to see, you know, which one has the best smile. And then for 1 copper piece, you can buy a rotten egg and throw it at the donkey-headed people in the stocks.
Right.
So there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of different games and things going on. People are very festive.
Wow, this is really something, huh?
Is there a group of kids that look like they want to throw some eggs at the stocks? Like if I want to go buy 10 eggs and just hand it to like 10 kids.
So 10 copper pieces.
All right.
And there's a group of kids that are sort of following you around at this point because of your storytelling. They're just sort of, they're keeping a distance, but they're sort of following you guys around.
Did you take the bag from me with the 30 copper in it?
No, you still have it.
Okay.
You didn't get
well,
it.
here.
All right.
This is what I collected.
All right. 30 copper?
Yeah, 30 copper. So put this in your pocket, man. Minus my fee.
I'm still looking
and
around for the
I
arrow
skim
shot.
off 5. I skim off 5 copper.
That's fine.
I mean, it's not like we share
10%,
anyway.
huh?
We share anyway, but
It's a baggage fee, handling fee.
yeah.
There's one other vendor that seems to be selling like some pastries.
All right.
So an old woman selling pastries.
I want to check out the fortune teller because
Yeah, I wanna- I'm-
treat on
I'm curious.
stories and stuff.
Yeah, what's up with that?
Okay, are you gonna do the egg thing or no?
Yeah,
Did you buy the eggs?
I'm gonna buy the eggs and
Okay.
like the kids that are falling behind.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kind of like come through and tell them it's like a full dinner to who could land an egg in the donkey's mouth.
Oh yeah, cool man, yeah. So they all clamber up and grab eggs, and they start throwing the eggs at the donkeys. Some of them are terrible shots and totally miss. Other ones just smash the donkeys, and you can just hear like just really muffled. It's very muffled, like ugh. But it's they don't. It's just eggs, but they're rotten eggs they're getting thrown at, so it just stinks. It's gross.
You have to encourage these kids,
It's like,
man.
You got like fanboys now.
Yeah, I know.
You just love this crap, don't you?
I'm trying to get the guards, everybody on our side.
Yeah.
Last time I approached the city, it went the other other way.
And I'm just laughing at this whole thing because this is not the first time I've seen this kind of business from you. So I'm just chuckling. I'm playing along.
All right.
So what do you do after the egg thing?
Whoever got closest and stuff like that, I'll hand them a day's ration.
Okay.
I do have 2 on me.
All right.
And tell them, basically tell the kids, it's like, hey, if you guys ever looking for work or hear something, rumors and stuff, we'll love to add to my stories. He's like, let all your friends know, whoever has the best stories, I'll feed their mouths type of thing. So
yeah, cool, and they all run off, and they chase the kid with that you give this little boy, you give him the ration, and all of a sudden the kids just chase him,
all right,
and they run off.
Yep.
As all of this egg throwing was going on, I was making fun, entertaining mouth sounds. Splat! Oh, he totally missed that. So I was chiming in as it was going
Trash
on.
talking the kids.
Yep.
Trash talking, but supporting.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, after that, you guys up for... I want to check out the fortune teller, too.
I'm interested in finding the
Yeah.
arrow shop.
Well, I don't think we should leave this area
No, I
until
don't
this
think
is
we
Until the
done.
event's
So,
over. Yeah,
and I'm curious about this woman too. So, like, I'm that's the one that caught my eye. Let's go.
All right.
Come
All
on.
right.
All right, so
I'm
you walk
coming with
over, and as you get up there, there's a little plaque that says Fortunes by Madame Nadia. And
Nadia? Right.
yep.
Nadia
And and she's talking with this other woman, and they're very quiet. Like the conversation they're having is very hush hush, and she's got like a crystal ball in front of her that she's kind of doing this, and she's got a deck of cards next to that are flipped over and various symbols showing on the cards, and the woman in front of her is crying. And then a moment later she's laughing, and then she's crying again, and then at the end she gets up and Madame Nadia walks over and gives her a hug, and then she hands Madame Nadia some coin.
All right. Could I do a kind of as I was watching it to see if it was like real entertainment or if it was like real magic that was going on, like if it was a true fortune or something like that?
Like if she's
entertaining,
using,
like
a magic
asking
spell?
questions and like kind
Yeah, so like an Arcana check probably.
Right.
Yeah.
20.
So as far as you can tell, there's no magic that you would be familiar with.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, laddie, would you like your fortune read?
I'd love to.
It's 5 silver, and I'll read your fortune and tell your future.
5 silver, huh?
Yes.
Well, what if it's...
Would you like to know your destiny?
And she smiles at you, and she's missing a few teeth.
Right. Like, I would love to hear a fortune from a beautiful woman.
Yes. Sit.
Didn't finish doing my whole...
Actually, she probably wouldn't ask for silver. She would probably ask for electrum or copper.
All right.
So, whatever. So 50 electrum.
All right.
Yep. 50 electrum.
But you're carrying around a bag of copper that we got from the audience, and you could totally.
You could use
throw
that.
and
Yeah, you
say,
could use that.
Hey, is that enough?
Yep, you could use that.
Not even digging in the pockets, but
All
just working with what we got.
Yeah, you've
open.
got a sack of copper right now.
All
You
right.
could just use that.
So I'll just give the whole sack because I had only one electron.
Tell me your name.
I'm Marzen the Magnificent.
Ah, yes.
Or the Maleficent, depending on who we
I guess we're about to find out. And
I had some kind of sounds to his introduction, and I'm Stanley. I'm happy to meet you.
Stanley. Oh, yes. Looks like you've got some friends here.
And while she's looking at me, I'm going to do some thaumaturgy, and I'm going to change the colors of my eyes. They're going to be 2 different colors. So I'm going to turn... They're blue
Okay.
and they're brown. One's going to be green and one's going to be blue. So like really intense. Like Paul Hollywood style.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
Right? And
She's shocked, and she's like...
And I'm just looking at her like this. And just like there's absolutely nothing going on, but I'm doing this with my eyes.
Okay. She seems a bit flustered. Are you trying to intimidate her?
I'm trying to like...
Roll an intimidation check then.
Well, I am.
Yeah.
No, that's probably not going to work too much. 4.
She seems... It catches her attention, let's put it that way.
All
but
right.
she's like, okay, yes, Marzen the Magnificent. And she starts kind of doing this with her crystal ball. And she says, you're traveling. You're not from around here. Yes, you've come a long way, and you seek something. You seek, it's just beyond what I can see. And she's like trying really hard to sort of like read you a little bit. And she's like, you're a storyteller. You're seeking great stories and adventure. Yes, adventure. You're seeking adventure. And she just kind of goes on and on about whatever. And you're kind of like, well...
It's like, all right.
Yeah, you don't even need to roll an insight check. You're just kind of like, okay. Yeah, you could say that about anybody, you know.
Yeah.
So you're not buying it, but she's like, yes, and your friends, you will find great fortune. But beware the evils of Barovia, and I see conflict in your future. Yes, great changes will happen in your life. It's very, very interesting.
Oh, come on, lady. This is paid good money for this. It's like this is not a true in-depth fortune here.
She kind of looks around. She goes, "Listen, pal, I'm trying to make some fucking money. All right, here." She throws your money back. She says, "Get the fuck out of here."
Crazy old hag is walking away.
That's Madame Nadia.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we got the deal there. So, God, when is this thing gonna start anyway?
Suddenly, people start to you hear like shh, shh, shh. People are like shishing people, and everybody sort of gathers back into a very focused position and very focused mentality towards the center of the town square. And all of a sudden, there's this procession that comes out of one of the side streets, and there are a bunch of children in the front of this procession, and they are dressed in a bunch of different types of costumes. None of them looking very happy to be there, but they've got costumes of trees and flowers and animals, and they're leading this procession. Behind them, there are a bunch of men sweating, even though it's chilly outside, and they're carrying this massive, giant wicker, what looks to be, maybe because you're at Garlicon, it looks like a giant garlic bulb. It's this big, giant wicker garlic bulb, and it looks like it's pretty heavy because these guys are carrying it on this rack. And they come out in front of the gallows, and in front of the plaster donkey-headed prisoners, and they set this thing down. And behind them, a man, a very well-dressed man. He seems to be a little overweight, and his wife very skinny and gaunt, very well-dressed. They come up behind the garlic wicker bulb. The woman carries in her arms a bouquet of slightly wilted flowers, and then behind them is a young man, and a bunch of guards behind that. So it's this pretty elaborate procession that comes into the town square.
I kind of elbow somebody next to me. Is that the burgomaster?
Yeah, that's Baron Vargas, and that's his wife Lydia.
All right.
And that's their son Victor in the back.
I'll yell out and like, behold the great burgomaster and his family. Like kind of cheering, trying to get that crowd to like applause them as they're coming up.
Sure. All right. Roll performance.
Performance.
Yeah.
16 plus 8.
Yeah, as you said, everybody's just like, yeah! People are cheering. And the burgomaster, you can just see he kind of stands up a little bit straighter as they walk in. And he has this little smirk on his face. And as you say that, like, some of the guards kind of take notice of you again and kind of look at you. And so they're associating that with you. The burgomaster gets up near the gallows, and he walks actually up onto the gallows. And he says, he kind of readies himself, and he looks out at all the people, and everybody's really quiet at this point. And he says, "My fellow Vallakians, today we will cleanse Vallaki of a cancerous cult. Today we eradicate the hopeless and the treasonous plot to bring a new age of darkness down on this beautiful city. Look at this crowd. This is the best looking crowd we've ever had. It's the biggest crowd I've ever seen. You value the rule of law, and I, your humble burgomaster, enforce that law. Lady Fiona Wachter," and all of a sudden there's like, "Boo, boo, that bitch." "She's an awful person, a terrible, terrible person. She and her cultists, they have no basis. They have betrayed their allegiance to Vallaki. In doing so, they have sworn an oath to the devil himself. For that, they will die today. It's going to be the best hanging you've ever seen. As for the Vistani, we're rounding them up in a very humane way. In a very nice way. And by the way, I know it doesn't sound so nice, but not everything is nice. We must protect our community. That's what the people want, and that's why I am your burgomaster. To all the refugees from Kresk pouring through our borders. Now, I don't want to take in dozens of refugees. That could be the agents of the devil. I've been watching this migration. I've seen these people. They're dangerous. They're mean. Be on alert. Watch them like a hawk. Now, with the recent events being what they are, I've implemented some very tough immigration policies. We're taking care of the situation. And we're not letting any of these people into our community unless they're vetted and vetted properly. As you know, there was a bit of a werewolf situation in Kresk. We're handling it. Most of these people are being sent to the Reformation Center, where they'll be treated very humanely. But we will vet them thoroughly. But let's get on with the celebration, shall we? It's Garlicon. And when he says that, everybody starts cheering and chanting, and people are really digging this whole Garlicon thing. He really stirs up the people.
Oh, this guy's something.
As the people are cheering, there are 3 individuals that are being escorted out now under a very heavy guard. And one of them is a woman. It looks like she had on a very beautiful outfit, but it's tattered and it's worn and it's dirty and her face is dirty and her hair is disheveled. But she walks with like an air of elegance to her. She looks terrible, but she's walking in as if she's
with some dignity.
With some dignity, absolutely. As they come out, and there's 2 other people with her, 2 men. One of them is this little guy, and he kind of he's bald, and he looks very scared. He's terrified. He's crying. He's weeping. The other guy is very silent, and they're walking in. And as they walk in, the people start yelling, "String her up! String her up!" And they're just chanting this, and everybody's getting really excited, and people are throwing rocks and eggs and vegetables at them as they're walking out. And they bring her and the other 2 people up onto the gallows next to the burgomaster, and they fit the nooses around their necks. And everybody's just kind of quiets down now at this point. And she speaks up and she says, "People of Vallaki, you know me. You know what I want for this great city. Vargas's rule is an abomination. He is a vain, ineffective, and cruel man. These ridiculous festivals only serve to empower his ego and strengthen his corruption. Break the shackles of oppression now." And as she's saying that, he slaps her across the face. And he gives the signal, and the floors drop out from all 3 of them, and they hang.
Oh.
People cheer and just go crazy.
I'll start to cheer too.
Yeah, people just go absolutely apeshit crazy. They're so excited about this.
Down with the devil.
The burgomaster, after a couple minutes of them struggling and then silencing, he just says, "In our safe and fortified town of Vallaki, we reject the Dark Prince, whose domain lays beyond our walls. Together, through steadfast belief in happiness and kindness, we give light to the darkness. And in doing so, we protect our people. All will be well." And then everybody starts chanting, "All will be well, all will be well." And then he and his entourage start to depart and leave the stage. And then people just kind of go back to their revelry, and the families that were sitting on their blankets kind of start packing up like they're going to go home.
Oh, those poor people.
What a weird thing going to a hanging.
Yeah, the best, aren't they?
Oh, Marzen.
I'll make my way to Vazimir and see if he had any luck selling the pelts.
All right. Let's see. He sold one of them.
All right.
Yeah. So he splits the loot with you.
All right.
Yep.
I'll give him
It went quick.
like yeah. Now you only have one, so I'll even double the price.
Scarcity.
On this
I love it.
Yep.
I love it.
one. What say rather than taking your gold, you could hand over that scroll the scroll you have.
The Revoke Invocation Scroll?
Yep.
Yeah.
We'll do
Revoke
this.
invitation.
Yep. And
Invitation.
I
Then you
keep both pelts, and you take the scroll.
I think it's a fair trade.
Deal.
It's been an honor working
he
with
hands
you.
you the scroll.
All right. Kill some more fucking wolves and have some more stories.
Mm-hmm.
Scroll of
It's called the Revoke Invitation.
As people are moving around, they're armed, right? There's people with bows, arrows, swords, whatever moving around.
The general townfolk don't seem to be very heavily armed, if at all. But
Okay.
there's guards. There's a bunch of guards around. Pretty heavy presence of guards in this town right now.
All right, but the guards are the townsfolk. The people that were out for the hanging aren't traveling with gear.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
No.
All right, let's start walking and see what we see first. Either the arrow shop or the church or the toy place. Whatever we stumble upon first. Let's check it out.
Yep.
We got stuff to do.
Yeah.
Let's roll.
Yeah, by this point it's like midday. It's like
Yeah.
lunchtime essentially.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Beer 30. But there's no beer in town.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. Dry 30.
Yeah. And I kind of
is
hold my
dry
pouch.
30.
Well, I would say if the main road continues forward, let's follow the main
Yeah,
road.
it goes
Right.
past the square. Like it
Yeah,
leads into the square and then goes past the square.
Let's just keep going because if it's a
Okay.
main drag, that's probably where most of the shops will be.
Yep.
Okay.
Keep an eye on what shops are there. Too.
Yeah, yeah.
Sure. And you're looking you're looking for
The Fletcher.
the Fletcher,
The Fletcher,
and
the
church.
the church, and the toy maker.
Toy maker.
And I'm
okay.
looking for also the guard barracks.
Yeah, me
Yeah.
too.
The guard barracks. Okay.
Just to, not going there now, but just to see where they are.
Okay.
Oh, and Anya's shop. We haven't really talked about her because of the Danica talking about the Vistani, not talking about Vistani. But I kind of whispered to you.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out for this apothecary too, but we probably shouldn't talk about it. So.
So one thing you could do is, if you wanted to, you could just ask somebody in the crowd, like, "Where's this place?" and they could tell you.
Right. Well, we don't want to ask about the apothecary. We just kind of want to keep our eyes peeled for that
Okay.
because we were told she's
Yep.
Vistani. So
I'll pull one of the kids that are following us around and be like, hey, we've heard about this sea witch that owned a apothecary. You know, do you know where this is?
Yeah. And the little girl that you're talking to kind of points. She just points. She doesn't say anything to you. She just points down that way.
Yeah, we want to
How
steer
about,
clear.
how
of
about
that.
the arrow shop? Which way to that? Where do you buy arrows?
She doesn't point anywhere, but then one of the little boys is like, "Oh, you're looking for Seligulls?
yeah.
Yeah, that's just down the block over here."
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
What about the toy store?
All the kids start to giggle and they point out where the toy store is. So now you kind of have a good idea of where those places are. So
We'll go to the closest one and we'll just hit them all up.
Yep.
So whatever one's
Yep.
closer.
We're just gonna kind of
where do you want to go first?
whatever's closest
Go there.
because you just went like this, so we don't.
We said arrows first,
Oh, okay.
or will they pulling out apothecary? We'll go apothecary last.
Yeah, we need to like kind of be sly about that, and I mean if we're walking past, we can kind of eyeball it, but we don't want to make a deal about going there.
Okay. So you're gonna go
I
to
mean,
the
like
Fletcher
I feel
first?
like we know each other well
Okay.
enough to know that we don't need to talk about
Yeah.
that so much.
We have a look like.
Kind of like, yeah. Let's get you outfitted, Stan.
All right, so you head over to Seligul's hovel, and it's really not much of a store. There's a little sign out in front, and all it has on the sign is a bow and like some arrows.
And I go in kind of
Knock in there.
skeptical because I've been living off the land and making my own arrows, and I'm coming into town with. All right, I'm gonna buy store-bought arrows. Let's see what's going on here.
Okay. Yeah, so you walk up to this building, and the door is closed, and you try the door, and it's locked.
Knock, knock, knock.
Yep. A couple moments pass, and all of a sudden, a man who turns out to be an elf walks up to the door and opens the door. Yes, how can I help you?
Yeah, my name is Stan, and I like shooting arrows, and I'm in town and wanted to check out your store.
Ah. A fellow archer.
Yes.
Yes. Well, you've come to the right place. Please come in, and your friends as well.
All right. Thank you very much for your
Thank you.
hospitality.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you walk in,
Happy
and
hanging
it's
day to
really
you.
just his. It's just his house. It's
Right.
not really a shop, but he's got a workbench, and looks like he's got a bow that he's working on. And so, is there something that I can help you with in particular?
I don't know. I got a quiver of arrows. And never feel like I have enough. And you got. I've heard about silver arrows.
Yes, I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
Is there something I can help you with in
I don't
particular?
know what goes on around here with arrows and werewolves and things. What's
Arrows and werewolves and things. Well,
It's a
I would
strange place
suggest
that
that
you
you
live in.
shoot the werewolves with the arrows.
Yeah, that's a good plan. Good plan. You do a good business here, making arrows.
Yeah, there's a lot of hunters in town that, or in the area, that come to me for fixing their bows, and I make arrows and bows, and you can see some of my work here. And he kind of shows you. There's some bows on some racks on the wall, and
They seem like they're nice bows and they're nice arrows.
yeah, they seem. Knowing bows and arrows, they seem really nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they look like of high quality.
How is stuff organized around here? I'm good at shooting arrows. I could. That's as close as I have to a job right now. Talked to one of the guards, and it doesn't seem like they're interested in expanding their guard duty. And
Yeah, ever since our
they
Our
said that I
meeting
could
with,
throw in with hunters.
meeting with Kashmir, this whole place has been kind of off.
Yeah.
Casimir.
Yep.
You met with Casimir.
Yes, he was a very friendly guy that week.
Where did you run into him?
In a camp about two hours south of here. Do you know of him?
At the Vistani camp. Yeah, I know Casimir, of course.
Friendly acquaintance of yours, or?
We know of each other. We don't spend much time together, but I am.
He's keeping his eyes open for my friend Thalamir.
Oh, you've lost a friend.
Yeah, I'm looking for him as well as looking for arrows and looking for hunting opportunities and adventure.
Well, you've come to the right place for arrows. I'd be happy to sell you some arrows if you'd like.
Normally, I make my own. I'm interested in. I'm handy and I pull one of my arrows and show it to him, and I hope it passes inspection because it normally flies true.
Roll a performance check. Or actually, roll a survival check.
We got 8.
Okay. He's like, yeah. He doesn't seem overly impressed, but
No, we got 9. Pardon me.
yeah,
Okay.
he's like, yeah, they look like they'll do the
Yeah.
trick.
What does it take to? I understand that there's weird undead things along with all of this freaking mist that hangs around.
Where are you from?
I'm not from here. I've been having a hell of a time ever since I've landed here.
Yeah.
I travel around and look for adventure. I have no affinity for the undead. So that
Yes,
kind
that's
of
good
what
to hear.
favors my wind is picking on the undead.
Well, if you
But I'm in a strange land.
look hard enough, you'll find them.
Yeah.
And you'll find the wolves and the werewolves that you talk about too. This land is filthy with undead. You're in the right place.
Okay. I heard about a hunter independent of the guard on the wall, Anton.
Oh yes.
Is it worth throwing in with him? Is he halfway trustworthy? Keep buying arrows from you? Keeps coming back?
He pays in coin.
Yeah.
We're also looking for another hunter. She goes by the name of Esmeralda.
Esmeralda.
Has she came by your store before?
It doesn't ring a bell.
Right.
Did you want to buy arrows?
Yeah. What's your give me an idea on how much it costs to buy arrows? It's been a while since I've bought arrows instead of making my own.
He says, I've got a couple different options for you. And he shows you some real basic arrows. He says, I'll sell you a quiver of 20 for 1 gold piece.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's got some really, really pretty ones.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like, they have engravings and etchings on them. And the fletching on them is beautiful with different colored feather. It's really, really nice. He says 2 gold pieces for these.
For
the fancy ones. And you get 20.
20 for 2 or 20 for 1?
We'll take the nice ones. He's like, we don't want to insult the man on his fine workmanship. No, I'll pitch in a gold to get you these fine things.
All right. And I
Wonderful.
put down a gold and
He
20
hands you
arrows
these really, I mean, they're beautiful. The arrows are really pretty.
May I ask you, are you from this area? Are you from this land originally? I mean, were you born here?
I am from Barovia, yes.
But not necessarily from Vallaki?
No, I just live here now.
Okay.
I keep myself busy with mending, fixing weapons, and building new bows, and seems to be good business these days. There's lots of evil creeping and lurking beyond the walls. Sadly, but good for me.
I have a favor to ask for you. Do you do anything with axes at all? Hand axes?
I do not.
Do you know anyone who does?
Yeah, there is a blacksmith in town named Pearson Rowley.
Who's if I were looking for someone to do engraving on the shaft of this axe, who's the best person to pursue in this town?
Engraving? What type of engraving do you need done?
Artwork pretty much done to the shaft, and I've seen from the arrows that you have here and the beauty of the woodworking.
That would be me.
I would like wondering if you could engrave. I'll show him a symbol, then like a scenery with some like ravens on it or something like that.
Yes, I can do that. It will take me a couple of days.
Right. Yeah, I would love. I was like, this axe has been with me in many battles, and to have the guidance of ravens would be pretty cool. I don't know.
It would indeed be pretty cool.
So
Ravens are powerful creatures.
as they are, yes, they are.
The luck of the raven will take you far in Barovia.
I feel like it has geared us to this place anyways. It's like the ravens has always kind of shown me the path to where to go to, and they never steered me to a place where I can handle. I'm here still today, so I feel like everywhere they've led me has been a fortune.
If you'd like to leave your axe, I'd be more than happy to work on it over the next couple of days. It will cost you 4 gold.
4 gold? I have 2 gold now, and I could come up with those later, or is there possibly something else that we could get you to offset the cost a little bit?
You could pay me upon receipt. You don't have to pay me now.
Sounds good. I'll do that then.
So you leave your axe with him?
Yep.
He's like, okay. Great. Anything else I can help you with? Otherwise, I'm going to get back to work here.
Could I, rather than the axe itself, could I have him just fabricate a shaft
Sure.
for the axe? Like, that way I can keep the axe with me and just he's making decorative handle.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
He asks you for the axe so you can make a few measurements on
Right.
it. Yep. And he gets that information and then gives it back to you.
If ingenuitive folks were looking to make some money in town, do you have any recommendations, especially for hunting?
I know that there's a bounty on wolf heads.
Yeah.
That might be a good option. Plus, there's a food shortage.
We had talked
with all
about
these refugees.
not the guard guy, Anton. Anton, is he likely the most trustworthy person to throw in with for making some side hustle money?
He always pays in coin.
Yeah.
And on time.
Better than Isaac with the straightforward security?
Isaac. Man's a monster.
You would skirt him wide?
Very wide.
Okay.
What's the rate on wolf heads going for?
You'll have to check with the guards. I'm not sure.
Are they normally fair with it, or are they kind of marked down some places depending on the person?
Anton would be a good source of information for that. I'm
Needs
afraid
sir.
I'm not much of a wolf hunter.
These arrows take care of the wolves that we would find on the outside of the wall. Do we need silver?
No, these arrows, as long as you pick your shots wisely, will do you just fine.
Okay.
Well, I'll be returning.
Yeah.
Thank you so very much.
Good day to you.
Oh, wait a minute. Before we go, this Isaac person, you're the second person we've encountered that's been hesitant about this man. Are you at liberty to tell us more, or?
Yes. He is ruthless. He's the captain of the town guard, works directly for the burgomaster. He has been known to wield a heavy hand in the dealing of justice. He is not to be trifled with. Something queer about him in terms of his proclivity to destroy. In fact, recently he burned down someone's house. I don't know the reason, I don't know any of the details, all I know is what I've heard. Suffice it to say, he is not a pleasant fellow.
Yeah. I'd imagine he sends people over to the Reformation Center often.
Indeed.
Okay.
We are new here. We don't, we have no history. And we just witnessed 3 people being hung in the town square. Is this a regular occurrence here? I mean, that seems like an odd celebration.
Justice is doled out with a heavy hand, as I have said. The burgomaster prides himself on maintaining the morale of the people, and the people that were hanged today attempted to stage a coup during the Festival of the Blazing Sun, and in failing to successfully overthrow the burgomaster, they were hung as their punishment.
This woman, she yelled out before she was hung, and it sounded like she was saying that she wanted to accomplish the same thing that the burgomaster is claiming to. This is why it's confusing to me. It didn't sound to me like she was traitorous to the desire of dismissing the devil. It sounded like they are both on the same. They both are claiming they want the same thing for the city. This is why it's confusing to me. Can you enlighten me?
I am not a politician, but I see this as a political upheaval. Many people are dissatisfied with the burgomaster, but I try not to get involved.
Mm-hmm. It's understandable. Businessman's got to keep his head down and understand that.
My opinion on these matters really have no effect.
You're alive, so you must be doing a decent job.
Yeah.
I'm still here after many, many years.
What should I write down these arrows for on my equipment list? 20 very nice arrows?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
20 of Selagal's finest arrows.
Noted. Thank you very much. Happy hunting.
We'll be seeing you soon.
Good to see you.
Next up is
Toy store?
Toy Store.
Toy store, church.
All right, toy store. Cool. All right, so you walk up to what you can tell is Blinsky's Toys. Cramped shop has a dark entrance, above which hangs a wooden sign shaped like a rocking horse with a bee engraved on both sides. Flanking the entrance are two arched lead-framed windows. Through the dirty glass, you see jumbled displays of toys and hanging placards bearing the slogan, "Is no fun, is no Blinsky," and you enter into the shop. As you enter, there's a little bell on the door that rings.
Ding ding!
You see a heavyset man kind of turn from whatever he's working on to greet you. Welcome to my shop. Thank you for coming.
Oh, you must be Blinsky.
Ah, indeed. Gadoff Blinsky at your service. And he bows. He's got this moth-eaten jester's cap on. And he's just kind of this roly-poly guy with kind of a goatee, mustache, and beard, like a Fu Manchu style. Mm-hmm. And he's just got this weird outfit on, but over this colorful outfit, he's got this like a smock with like an apron. How can I help you today, my friends?
We were kind of brought here by kind of fortune. We came across a trinket of our fallen friend, and we really appreciate the value of craftsmanship that went into it. And we had since we're in town, we wanted to check out your store.
Very good. Well, welcome to the House of Blinsky, where happiness and smiles can be bought for bargain prices. Perhaps you know a little child in need of joy? A little toy for a girl or boy?
It looks like there's a lot of children in this town that need some joy.
Yes, very sad children in this town. We need to cheer them up. How many toys can I sell you today?
Well, what do you have? What's exciting? What's new?
Please come. I show you. So, he leads you over to this wall with all these shelves on it. All right. So here's what he shows you. There is a headless doll that comes with a sack of attachable heads, including one with its eyes and mouth stitched shut. There is a miniature gallows complete with a trapdoor and a weighted hangman. There is a set of wooden nesting dolls. The smaller each one gets, the older it gets until the innermost doll is a mummified corpse. There is a wood and string mobile of hanging bats with flapping wings. He has on another shelf a wind-up musical merry-go-round with figures of snarling wolves chasing children in place of prancing horses.
I'm quite disturbed by all of this.
There is a really
You're not
disturbing...
the only one.
I am not.
There's a chair next to the shelves, and this is kind of disturbing, but there's a ventriloquist dummy that looks, that's kind of dressed very elegantly, and you can just see it has very sharp fangs. And then there's a doll there's a bunch of dolls that just look like regular kind of toy dolls, little boys, little girls, all on the shelving around that too.
Right.
And those are the things that kind of stand out.
How much for the execution scene?
The miniature gallows. Very good. Yeah, yes, very. It took me a very long time to build this. Look at the detail of this, and he kind of shows you. He picks it up and he's looking at it. He's on one side of it, you're on the other side, and he's kind of like showing you all the exquisite detail. He says 9 copper pieces for this.
9.
Yes, very good bargain.
What about this beautiful music box of the wolves chasing the boys?
Very nice. 9 silver for this. A very beautiful piece.
And this
and he cranks it up a little bit and turns the little knob, and it starts to.
And what about this? It looks like the devil himself here.
Ah, indeed, the devil. And he puts his hand up, right up in there. Hello. I want to suck your blood. Ah, you like this? It's great.
It is great. How much is it for this one?
This indeed also 9 silver.
9 silver. What type of? For the 3 of them, what type of deal would you strike here?
You want all 3? Very good, very good. I will give them to you. Bargain basement deal. I will give them to you for 15 silver if you take all of them now.
15 silver?
Mm-hmm.
How long does it take you to make these toys?
Too long, but I've got nothing better to do.
How about a new line of toys?
Tell me more.
You have anything with ravens on it?
Ravens, no. Nothing with ravens. Very popular iconography, though. I like it. He looks at you. Very nice. Don't you have like a tattoo on your head?
Yep.
Yeah.
Then, kind of talk. What about something simple? Something easy to get out, to get your word out, your name, the craftsmanship out.
Blocks. We've got blocks. Those are easy. Can carve blocks, no problem.
What about dice with ravens instead of...
Dice, which are just blocks with little divots in them. I can do that.
And instead of the divots, we put ravens.
This might take a bit, but it's not a problem.
A single raven on the one side.
This would be easy for me.
The snake eyes side. The
Yep,
one.
The snake eye, yep.
Yep. Just one raven.
If you were to do this for craftsmanship, how much would you charge for these?
How many dice do you need?
2. I would like to get 2.
2 silver only.
2 silver?
Yeah, very easy.
I'm working to add in color commentary voiceover, but I'm really quite creeped out by this whole thing, and I'm not comfortable here at all.
I'm gonna buy the music box. I think that one's pretty cool.
Oh, fantastic! It's been so long since someone has purchased toys from Blinsky. Thank you.
Mr. Linsky.
Oh, yes, please call me Gadoff.
Get off.
No, Gadoff.
Get off.
That's a bit closer.
Get off.
Very good.
Get off.
What are you looking for, my friend?
What if I was to purchase the dice for my friend here?
Oh, very good.
And that you're gonna make for him.
Yes, that's.
And I'd like you to make 2 for me.
Oh, very
But
good.
instead of ravens, I'd like foxes.
Yes, I can do this. Very simple. You know, I studied with Van Vierg, and yes, this is the best toy maker in all of Barovia. Thank you very much. Blinsky will make this.
How much was it again for the wolf
What did I
music
say?
box?
I'm not sure what I said.
5
for
copper.
which now?
5 copper, I think.
For the wolf thing?
The wolf, yeah. Music box.
The wolf merry-go-round is 9 silver.
9 silver?
Yep.
So, does he have... I'll hand him a gold. Could he give me a single silver back?
Sure.
Right.
Yes, so... What for you, my friend? You look down and out. You need something to cheer you up, huh?
Is no fun, is no Blinsky.
Yes. Great logo, huh?
Is that your standard logo?
That's
It's everywhere?
That's my tagline, my friend.
Found creep-ass toys over in the place we're staying at.
Oh, okay, well... These are what I make, I guess. Children, I don't sell many, but, you know...
I do
what I can.
I have another very special request for you for a toy to make. This one might really test your skills as a toy maker.
Please, I'm very interested to hear what you have.
Would you be able to make a decorative horn? And instead of the noise of a horn, the howl of a wolf.
Very
I like the sound of that.
I will have to do some research on that. Sounds very cool, though.
It's like I would play a pretty nice coin if you could do something like that.
Yes. Oh, you got the gears turning in my head now. I can think of different ways. I will. Please come back in a day or two and let me think about how I might do this. That's very interesting.
We can come back in a couple of days. Will you have the dice ready by then?
Yes, indeed. I
All
will
right.
be making the dice. I will make these dice for you. 2
All
sets. One with Raven, one with Fox. Yes, very good.
That would be pretty cool.
What else? Anything else I can get for you?
Well, if they have ravens and they have fox.
You got to get in on the action here.
Yes.
Feeling left out.
What would you do for vampire dice?
Vampire dice.
Oh.
A bone.
Made out of bone?
Made out of bone.
2 teeth.
This is, even for Blinsky, this is dark, but I will do it. No
Is
problem.
no fun, is no Blinsky.
No problem. I can make this.
We do have one of your trinkets, and I was trying to see the value of this.
No, let's see it.
I'll pull out the trinket, the toy that we have from.
Ah, yes, I remember this. Yes, I sell many like this. As you see, there's like a box of toys like that. It's like a doll, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Yes, I sell many of these dolls. Oh, the value.
The value.
Oh, well, it is of great value if it brings joy to girls and boys. No, I mean it's hard you put a price on happiness, right?
Well, you seem to put a price on everything in your
Yes.
store, sir.
Well, I would, typically I would sell something like this for 2 or 3 copper. It's very easy to make. I want the children to be happy. That's my mission.
Well, I'll eagerly wait the news from you, and I'll come back in a few days to see if you've been able to mastermind this problem.
Very good. Lots of dice, gamblers, huh? You might be able to do some gambling at the Blue Water Inn.
We travel, and it amuses us.
Okay. Very good. Well, I will get to work on all this.
You know, is there a music shop or anything in Vallaki?
Well, not that I'm aware of.
Any place that you would go to if someone was looking to buy an instrument?
The only place you could maybe check out is the Dusklight Supply. They may have. I don't know.
Alright.
Sometimes they have strange things that are brought in from outside of Barovia. You could maybe find something there, but ask for Bethel. She will. If there is an instrument in town, she will know.
Right.
Bethel works at the Dusklight Supply.
She owns the joint.
Okay. And that's probably where musicians and crew hangs out. You could run into it's a unique collection of people hanging out at the Dusklight, I'd imagine.
Yeah, possibly. It's a
Possibly.
general store, so people are generally hanging out there.
Generally.
Well, good day to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's.
Fine with me.
Very good.
I'm itching to
very
get out of
good.
here.
Have a nice day. Enjoy
Have a
the
nice day.
hanging, huh?
Yeah.
Ding, 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 as you leave.
Man, this place.
I know, it's freaking awesome, isn't it, guys?
There's no booze in the whole place, though.
Yeah, that's the only downside.
The only
The
downside.
only downside. Oh, you're so funny.
That's great.
You act like you've never pillaged a town before, taken on slaves. It's like, at least they have a clean, quick death.
Come on, let's go down to the church.
I might pass on this one.
Oh, come on. I have to listen to you all the time. It's not going to kill you to go in there and just see what's going on. Nobody's going to try to convert you.
I might just hang out at the Blue Water Inn for a bit and try to see if I can make any extra coin.
Jeez, Marzen. I swear to
Yeah, we
God.
passed the Blue Water by quite a ways.
I swear to Lathander. You're driving me. You'd drive me to drink if I could get one.
Yeah, bet you could.
All
I wonder
right.
if holy water is alcoholic.
Well, it is filled with spirit.
On the side note, they might have wine down in the temple. Maybe it is good to go with
Yeah,
it.
well, I'm definitely going to be asking, and you know what? If
I'll tag along.
that's what I thought. Let's go. Come on.
So about this time, it's early afternoon.
Yeah.
You've spent a lot of time shopping and watching the hanging and stuff like that. So you're gonna head to the church next.
Yes.
Okay.
Have you
Yes.
seen the guarded barracks at all?
No.
Past any location of them? All right.
Did you ask anybody about where that is?
I'll ask around as we're going to.
Yeah,
the church.
there's the main barracks are located near the burgomaster's mansion.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Okay, so you head over to St. Andrew's Church,
Mm-hmm.
and along the way, everybody roll a perception check.
Terrible for me.
7 for me.
5.
17.
Okay, so Mara, you notice as you're walking through because you're having to cross back through the town square.
Mm-hmm.
You notice that the vendors are packing up their stuff, and there's Vesemir is packing up his stuff and kind of getting ready to leave. The woman, the fortune teller, is walking out, and then there's the pastry vendor, and then as you get just past that area, there's a little shop on the side that says Third Eye Potions and Sundries.
I think that's the apothecary.
Yeah.
Should we maybe
Take a look.
take a look and see what's going on?
So you walk up to the door, and you can see that there's nobody there.
Okay.
The door is locked if you try the door, and it's dark inside.
All right.
And then you hear,
Looking for Anya?
you turn to see the pastry lady pushing her cart down the road, and she just kind of calls out to you.
We need some potions supplies, and we were told this would be the place to go.
Yeah, it sure is. She's been closed for a couple of days.
Oh. Is she expected back?
Oh, I don't think so, dearie. I
Well,
don't anticipate that Anya will ever be coming back.
where did she leave? What happened to her?
So she keeps pushing her cart, and she gets a little bit closer, and she just kind of this little old waddling lady.
She was rounded up with the rest of them.
The rest of what?
Ah, the Vistani that live in town here.
Oh, I didn't realize she was Vistani. We just were told that this is where you could get potion supplies.
Used to be.
Where do they take the Vasani?
From what I heard, they were taken to the Reformation Center.
Rounded them all up just
What?
a couple of days ago.
What happens there?
Reprogramming.
Reprogramming.
How's that work?
Don't know, never been there, never want to find out.
And where would the Reformation Center be?
She tells you where it is.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. You saved us some time of waiting for somebody who was not coming.
Yes, unfortunate what's happened to the people of this town after that dreadful coup last week.
Yes, we are new here, and we just have heard a few things. We don't know much about it. Were you here? And what happened?
Oh, that horrible, dreadful Lady Fiona thought she could do better than Vargas, of course. She failed, as you see.
Yes, we did.
And after that happened,
She definitely did fail.
Yeah, she did.
she
Fall.
fell as well.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. We're on our way.
Well, best of luck to you, dearie.
Thank you.
And she just kind of keeps hobbling along.
All right.
All right, walking up to the church, I got an itchy trigger finger with my new arrows.
Okay.
Just randomly shooting random
Yeah,
stuff.
I kind of am keeping my eyes open for something to shoot at.
All right, roll a perception check.
Oh, we only got a 5. I'm not finding
Natural
much.
1.
Yeah, that's a natural one.
one.
You don't see anything to shoot at that
There's
point.
literally
Yeah.
a rabbit like falling behind you.
All right.
All right, so
going to the church.
Here we go.
you head down the road and you get to the church. There's a
Natural
slouching,
one.
centuries-old stone church. Has a bulging steeple in the back and walls lined with crack-stained glass windows depicting pious saints. The fence is wrought iron and it encloses the garden of gravestones next to the church. And a thin mist that pervades the entire town just kind of seeps in and out of the gravestones.
Okay.
And as you walk up to the church, you can see that there are also tons of people that are going in and out of the front door of the church right now. And as you kind of shuffle your way in with the group of people, you can see that the bulk of the refugees that have been filing into town are in the church right now.
This is not
It's
a surprise
very
to me.
busy.
I anticipated this, so all right. Where? Excuse me. Where can we find the father?
You ask a couple people, and
Yeah.
they direct you over to a little office space off to the side. And as you enter, there's a man in there, and he just seems to be kind of coughing, like kind of having a fit of coughing. Come in. And he's coughing into a handkerchief, and then he kind of stuffs it in his pocket. Yes, there's cots in the main rectory.
Father.
You can find.
Father.
Yes.
And I've got the emblem on my
Yes.
gift.
Yes.
Father. You look tired.
It's been a long day.
Perhaps a little blood of Christ would make it easier.
Lathander.
Yeah, whatever it is.
Perhaps.
The morning
perhaps.
wood, whatever.
Where are you from, child?
Oh, Father, we've come a long way. We're from Waterdeep, and
You're a priest of the Morning Lord.
I'm an acolyte. I'm an acolyte
Ah.
of the Morning Lord. Yes. And
Have we met?
no, we've not met before, but I thought that this would be a place where we could, where I could maybe be of assistance or find out some things about this land that we've stumbled into.
I'm very busy, but I can always make time for an acolyte of the Morning Lord. Please sit.
You have your hands quite full here.
Yes, we do. But we take in the needy and try to help those that are unable to help themselves. And today it's a huge number of people from Kresk.
Yes, and where do you get your supplies?
Supplies? What do you mean?
Well, I mean, you said that there's cot, and I imagine, are you feeding these people? What's happening here? You look like
we
you
are
need.
trying to find supplies for these people right now. There is a shortage of meat and food in town already.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where we're going to get the supplies that we need to take care of these people. I don't know.
What do you have to last right now?
He has a ledger that he pulls out, and there's not much in
Okay.
it.
And we could go shoot some wolves. That would feed some folks.
That would feed folks.
Yeah.
That would be very useful.
You got a favorite wolf hunter?
A favorite wolf hunter.
Yeah, I've been looking for folks to go out hunting with and haven't picked one yet. You got a favorite?
Can't say that I do. There are numerous hunters in the area.
Yeah, but hunters, they're a strange lot. Some of them
Yes.
are good, some of them are bad, some of them are trustworthy and not.
You know what they say to find meat, though.
Hmm.
You look for a murder. Murder ravens. Or is that crows? Murder of crows.
It's a murder of crows.
It's a
Okay.
conspiracy
It's a
of ravens.
conspiracy
But
of
here's the
ravens.
The ravens and the wolves, they work
Yeah.
together. It's a symbiotic relationship that goes way back.
So, Father, we are new here, but being an acolyte of the Order of the Light, I'm hoping you will see your way to maybe helping us to understand what's happening here. This seems a bit macabre. Public hangings and toy stores that also depict public hangings and Reformation centers,
quite troubling.
and we've been looking for our friend, and you've been looking for your friend. We've been looking for our friend Esmeralda, and if has she come through here? Have you heard of her?
She is Vallaki, so I'm wondering perhaps maybe she might have
Vistani.
taken- or Vistani.
She is Vistani, but she is not from any of the local camps. She would be from our part of the woods.
I do not know this Vistani person, and I would warn you to tread lightly
Yeah.
with the Vistani. This is not a good time for them. Many of them that have lived among us in Vallaki or have come to trade with us have been rounded up and taken away. They have.
Yes, Father, I'm trusting you. We understand. We've been made aware that this is not a good relationship to be speaking out loud about. But I'm trusting you to maybe tell us a little more about it so that we can continue to tread lightly where needed.
There are many evils among us now in Vallaki. This is a trying time for everyone. The Vistani have been either run out of town or rounded up and taken to the Reformation Center, as you mentioned.
But the Vistani lost all privileges of like any rights. Could people go and speak to him before?
I do not know. We have not sent anyone to the Reformation Center to try and communicate with them. We have our hands full right now with a couple other problems. Not the least of which is the influx of refugees that we're trying to care for. And I feel as though I can trust you as a fellow worshiper of Lathander that there are greater evils that threaten the faith and the faithful in this village.
We understand about the devil. Is there more that we need to know about this?
The church, St. Andrew's Church, has been a sanctuary. Has been a place of light, a place of protection, a place of refuge for a very, very long time, since the days of St. Andrew. However, I'm going to confide in you now, and I hope that you will not pass this knowledge along to anyone else.
You have our word.
The consecration that protects this church has been destroyed with the theft of a holy relic, the bones of St. Andrew. And the reason I asked if I had seen you before is because I had met another stranger wearing very similar symbols.
There are several of our orders, Father, so it would not.
But just recently.
I.
It seems very strange. We don't get many
Acolytes.
Well, we don't get many travelers that aren't from nearby towns, which it's very confusing to me.
Who saw the or who showed you the other thing?
There was a woman. I spoke with her not more than a week ago. She and her friends had also spoken with me and talked with me about perhaps helping. They did some good things in this town, but the light that they helped bring was temporary. I'm concerned that we are vulnerable, that we have no true protection, and that even our faith will not be able to save us from what's to come unless you can help me. I don't know who else could.
How can we help?
Man, what do you need help with?
We need to recover those bones and reconsecrate the church.
Yeah.
Only then we'll be able to hold off the darkness that pervades this town.
Got any silver? It sounds like that might help.
Silver might help.
Maybe some wine in your cellars?
You might ask the town guard. There was
Wine might help too.
reports of one of the guards at the gates piercing people's skin with a silver dagger.
Did that help?
Helped in damaging some of these poor people who have traveled a long distance for refuge.
Sick bastards that just cut open people.
what a terrible thing. If you had some silver, I could work to get it put onto arrows, and that might help a case for all sorts of things.
Yes, I imagine it would.
I'm pretty good with a bow.
I have no reason to not believe you.
Do you have any idea what happened to these bones?
Yes, that is one thing that we've been able to parse out with the help of this woman and her friends that I mentioned. They were able to talk with a young man that has worked for me in Milivage. He stole the bones from the crypt below the altar. And he sold them to
I've no desire.
Heinrich von der Voot.
I've no desire to go upstairs.
Heinrich von der Voot?
Mm-hmm. The coffin maker.
Is he here in town?
He is. And he has refused to even open his door. With all of the political tension in town, we have not gone to the authorities for fear that they will pay more attention to what we're trying to do here, which is protect the people, regardless of race.
What does the burgomaster have to say about the church's doings? Is he for your support? Does he
supports the church.
So essentially, the removal of this relic of Saint Andrel, certainly that has had to grab his attention, has it not?
It has not.
Does he know about the bones that are missing? I mean, if artifacts of a sacred relic such as that is...
He knows of them. Does he believe in the church? I don't know. I think he likes to use it as a marketing piece for his plan to keep people happy. I don't believe him to be a true believer.
Well, it doesn't seem like there's a lot of really happy people here.
That is
If you don't mind me
very
saying.
good observation.
Overall, it just seems pretty bleak. Not much food. Definitely no wine.
Yeah,
Anything need to be shot in the next 5 minutes?
Not that I'm aware of.
Well,
Well,
I'm intrigued to go over to talk to the guards.
at the Reformation Center or at the guard.
Nah, there's got to be
The guard.
I'd rather go to the
station
barracks.
rather
The
than
barracks.
the
Okay.
barracks rather
Alright.
than the Reformation Center.
'Cause how
I don't
well
wanna
they
get anywhere
listed,
near that thing.
How well people were listed entering the place. We could probably find mention of Esmeralda, or perhaps your friend too.
Yeah.
And there's probably some type of logbook. So I've done a great deal of trying to
It's
kind
getting
of telling
late.
them not in front of the priest, but
All right. Well, Father, we'll be back. And we'll see what we can do
Very well.
to assist you in some way.
Need anything right now? You got any requests? We're looking for work.
The
retrieving
bones
the
of
bones,
St.
yeah.
Andrew would be nice.
Nah.
Food would be good.
All right. How about you? How are you doing?
I'm managing.
All right.
Orange
All right.
almond.
What's the plan?
I want to go to the barracks,
Okay.
speak with them.
Okay.
And
Yes.
definitely want to go to the Reformation Center to find out more about that.
I want to find
Whether
a
that's
job
today or
shooting walls.
tomorrow, I don't
Yeah.
know. But we definitely need to go.
I want to hit
there.
up the barracks first before
Right,
going in.
yeah, yeah,
That way we
yeah.
can build a rapport with the.
Right.
And
That makes sense. But
Yeah.
I'm just saying that's maybe. Maybe it's the Reformation Center tomorrow morning, but we need to go there before we leave this place anyway.
Yep.
Okay. We can pick that up next time, I think,
All right.
All right.
because it is getting a little late. So you're gonna go to the
Yep.
barracks and the Reformation Center is what you're thinking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you
What time
want to
of-
shoot some shit.
Yeah, I kind of want to throw in with one of the hunters, or the guards kind of make me nervous because they're awful.
Just gonna go do a night watch.
Woohoo! Let's go guarding. But I kind of want to throw in with some of the hunting crew.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, you can try to make that happen.
I don't have my heart set on it because they're kind of sketchy too.
Well, let's go to the barracks and see how you feel about it then.
Yeah. But I might just stand up on top of the wall and see if anything is moving around and go and
All
take
right.
pot shots from the smoking section of the inn.
Okay. We can delve into that next time.
Oakley dokley. Good neighbors.
You got a whole bunch of different options in front of you now.
Yeah.
Getting in with the town, dude.
Yeah.